Welcome everyone to the one and only Off the Binge podcast. I'm your host, Neko Chan. I watch everything and anything all at once. And oh man, this week has been a really hectic week, and sadly, we don't have Bossman with us. So, well, look, it's okay. The whole team here is ready to fire this whole podcast up, and with the chaos and all the funny jokes that we may dish at each other, look, it's all right. We're gonna have a good time. We, I Oh no, I forgot again. It's okay. We'll cut that. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. Look, this today has been a really hectic day for me personally with all this weather. So I've been lazy. So look, you're gonna hear a little bit of all of us, our energy a little down for different reasons, but it's okay. We're still here as a team. Again, we're gonna have a good time. And look, we're gonna pass it on to Crash, our lovable Hispanic gooner.
Oh, hey
My
guys.
co-host.
Wow, I didn't know it was gonna go second. Hi guys, I'm Crash, aka the Hispanic Assassin. You're a veteran anime reviewer, romance liker, ecchi, gooner, or whatever you guys want to call me. Guys, I have another nickname apparently that I've been hearing from my co-hosts. Watch the Anime Lately podcast if you don't know what I'm talking about, because apparently my co-host, I keep getting more nicknames, but glad to be here on the podcast with you guys tonight. And oh boy, do I have some spicy hot takes for you guys tonight. Last week I was so happy. This week I'm down in the dumps, but it's all good. I'm gonna keep my copium. I'm gonna keep my head up. We'll keep it moving. Can't wait for the end of the season. Let me pass it down to the OG, the underdog, the man who doesn't think he does have it, but he does have that dog in him. MemoryNK. What's up, my boy? What's up?
I'm okay. Yo, what's going on, y'all?
Okay.
I'm kind of running the show, I guess, in a way, from the producing standpoint, if you want to put it that way. But yeah, I'm happy to be here. We're winding down the season. It's getting to a time where, next week, after this week, we're gonna be
This is it.
yeah, we're gonna be Xing some things off of our list. Moving on to the next season. We'll have a little bit of a break, probably like a couple days, give or take. Maybe not even that. I don't know. Maybe
never have a break.
Fucking man, boy, girl, bro. Let's end this shit.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll finish Moonrise. I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
What's that? Never
yeah,
heard of
what
it.
is that? I don't know, but yeah, maybe we got like a week or two if that would be a miracle if we pulled that off. But yeah. All right, Grem.
For you, Vash.
Yo, Grem, what's up? Speak to us. How you doing?
For yourselves, I've already knocked off a couple things off my list. Shoot. Underworld
This guy.
Player Master ended this week, so Meister ended, so I already got something I can cross off. I took that Gooner shit off my list. Ugh.
So upset about that, by the way. I didn't get to tell you, but I'm so upset about
Bro,
that.
it's not worth watching.
At
man.
least the robot one, keep everything else. I can honestly, I respect that. I'm not even mad at you for that, but the robot one, at least let it cook.
Look, man, maybe I'll finish it when I finish Beheneko. Anyway,
Crazy.
hey,
Never gonna
Which
happen.
will never
guys.
happen.
Never
Yeah.
gonna happen. Cool.
oh, I'm the man guide. I like Kurisu. I like my romance, and I like shitting on Neko.
Well,
Anyway,
that's crazy. Thanks,
I
man.
also like
Well,
light novels. Light novels are great. Light novels are.
Light novels
amazing.
are great. They are great.
Yeah.
There's a lot
anyway,
of ones you can read.
This
Like
is
bitch.
your go-to anime seasonal podcast
Oh.
where we talk about everything everything we're watching that's airing during the season. So of course, spoiler warning and all that stuff. But first we talk about what we're binging if we are. Does anyone have anything we're binging this week? Anybody?
I have nothing, bro. I'm gonna be complete.
Same, bro.
I literally have
I
nothing.
mean,
I'm not.
I'm waiting for the little break that I mentioned earlier. Like, if there's like a couple days where there's like really nothing, like that's when that's gonna be the time where I'll have something. Maybe,
Episode of Space Brothers or something. You know?
bro. Honestly, but no, I am
Well-
thinking about which if Grem wants to join me,
Okay.
I wanted to watch Panty and Stocking with Garter Bell because that has another season.
Ah, yes, that's a
that's
good
a
one. That's
nice
a good
one.
And that would be like a
I'm
quick.
sure.
That'd be like a quick, little binge for the.
You
it
gotta
has
watch
a-
a dub.
I
you
have
gotta
heard the
watch
dub.
Fuck.
I have heard the dub for it is actually really good.
No, yeah.
So,
You gotta watch it dubbed. It's so funny. I've seen the first like 2 or 3 episodes. So, but yeah, I'm down.
It's incredible, guys.
So,
yeah, because there's
Okay.
like most of the stuff for next season. I feel like I've watched the previous seasons for. There might be like 1 or 2 that I would need to catch up to, but like I feel like that's kind of like my priority is panty and stocking. Cause like I don't know how I haven't watched it yet because it's like, you know, triggers,
A trigger. Yeah.
you know, Gynex, like alumni, like I mean, pretty much the same thing. But yeah, like that's one I've watched almost all their stuff, and I have not watched that one, which is kind of crazy. But I'm actually looking forward to it because I've heard good things about it. So
It took this long to get a sequel, so yeah,
yeah, I
it's a
know.
big deal to have
Just
it back. So it's awesome.
yeah,
I guess for me personally, I've been binging a lot of true crime shows, which isn't really anime or
Okay.
anything, but it's look, guys, I've been in that rabbit hole. Usually, I get every once a year, so that's been cool. But also, me and my friend, as I've talked before, we be been like kind of giving each other recommendations to binge. So since I finished Hakaneko Ramen, he finished Chio School's Road. That I recommended. Now we have a new batch that we recommended each other, which I recommended him the Centric Family, which is incredible,
yeah.
That's a
and
good one.
trying to put him on game.
Ooh.
So I gave him that since he had a hard time looking for something I haven't seen. He gave me KAIBA, KAIBA. It's like a really old show.
Oh
Apparently.
yeah,
It's kind of
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, that
it's
one.
trippy.
That one's
It's
really
trippy as hell.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
trippy, and I
That's
kind of
KAIBA.
like that vibe about it. So I'm definitely excited to check it out. It's on Crunchyroll too. If anyone hasn't seen it, if you want to check it out, I'll probably tell you guys my thoughts more into it this week. But yeah, that's what we gave each other to binge. So I either maybe if I finish Kaiba, I'll rewatch Centric Family, which I almost do every year. So yeah, it's just so much
Such an
fun.
underrated
So yeah,
show.
so
For sure.
underrated.
And I
So
thought like
the
I
top-
got
Mhm.
excited for Eccentric Family, and I thought you were about to say Kaiji, but you said Kaiba, and I was about to get even more
Oh.
excited. I was-
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
I
no,
know.
no.
But I
Speaking
do
of-
need to binge that too, though, Nate. I know you've been spreading the word and the
Yeah.
agenda about that for years. I need to get to it for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, this Aharen episode, Nate, we need to.
oh
we need to
no,
watch
we'll be
Kaiji.
getting into that. We'll be getting
Okay,
into that, bro.
okay.
Yeah,
But no,
yeah,
Graham needs to
for
watch
sure.
Kaiji as well.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. We need
Graham,
to do it. Like,
yeah,
like
Graham would like Kaiji. I feel like for sure.
Yeah.
yeah, Kaiju's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if anyone doesn't have anything else they've been binging, well, let's go into the
One thing I
anime
could-
spotlight.
I was gonna just say the only thing I binged real
Oh.
quick was I finally caught up to Mono, and I'm about to catch
Yeah.
up to so I'm watching Food for the Soul. I'm gonna catch up with that. I did say last episode I was gonna catch up to it, but I only got a few episodes in. But I will just say equally they're good and bad in their own right, and I just can't
Talk
wait
about
for
it.
you guys to hear my take on week 12. That's all I'll say right now. They're both equally good and bad. They had their moments.
Do you
It's
have
gonna be me personally. It's gonna be very tough to decide which I like more, but I think I have an answer, and I just can't wait to tell you guys when week 12 comes.
Interesting.
Mm,
I actually have a
Mono.
question for you though, like for Mono specifically.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with the comparison between the two, by the
Okay.
way.
Sure.
Do you have
Talk
like
about
do you have like an episode that like kind of stands out to you that you liked like the most so far? Because like for me, it's like I like the skateboarding one a lot. Like the skateboarding one was actually really cool. And like the one with the eating competition, we talked about this before, like where her belly was like huge and she was walking out of the place. Like that one had me dying. But then also like the one with like it was like early on, it had just all the Yuru Camp references. Like that one was awesome. Which I don't think you've watched Yuru Camp, but
the grandfather
yeah.
shit me. I
the
remember hearing
grandfather
about
too.
that.
That
I
was
like,
recent. That was recent. Yeah.
I didn't know who he was. He looked familiar to me, and I haven't watched Eurocamp. I've seen a bunch of clips on YouTube, so I kind of know already the characters and everything. So I'm like, this man looks so familiar. And then it just so happened that I was going through social media, and I'm like, oh, he's from that anime. Oh, I need to catch up to that.
Yeah.
But the thing with this kind of shows, it's like a slice of life. So for me personally, it can go one of two ways. It could be a banger, could hit, or it could be miss. It could be mid, and I'm like, whatever. I wouldn't say I have a favorite episode, but I have a lot of favorite moments. So,
yeah.
The girl, the white-haired girl, you know, the manga creator, when she's driving every fucking time,
you be putting on that music, bro.
Eurobeat music, like any kind of Eurobeat music I have on my playlist, and I start playing it so like to a point where it's like getting like so like the beat drops, and I'm just having a great time. I'm like, yes, bro. I guess I'm just missing a lot of Ghost whatever, Ghost D, whatever, Initial D.
Oh, Initial D.
A lot of the racing anime. Yeah, I'm missing a lot of the anime right now. So, you know, I see that and I'm like, yes, give me more racing anime. I miss cars. I miss just sitting going vroom vroom. So, I also like the skateboarding anime too. I don't know. This anime is like nostalgic in a sense because I did used to skateboard a lot in my high school, college days. I used to be a professional photographer in my old job. Shout out to Nikon. You know, I do miss you guys a lot, but you know, we had to part ways. So I'm very familiar with the technical expertise on cameras, on 360 cameras and everything like that. It's very cool. The videography aspect that they're trying to like, you know, record stuff. I like it a lot. The like the first episode, I think, or the second episode where they're doing like a
The plane.
Of the sky,
The kite.
the sky.
yeah, the panoramic view.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like the
Yeah.
time lapse.
that time lapse, yeah,
Yeah.
of that kind of like reminded me of sometimes when I used to do stuff like that. It was cool to see that. I've had a great time. Honestly, I haven't had much to say. I've been sleeping on Jujutsu Kaisen, so people are happy about that. Like, okay, cool. Stick with the slice of life. Don't go back to that shit. I'm like, I'm gonna get back to it as soon as I'm caught up. But you know, that's
Yeah.
another story in itself. But other than that, I haven't bitched much. I'm also sleeping on the Bunny Rabbit anime and on the YouTube thing I talked about last week too. I've been
Oh,
dealing
that
with
one.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, life is lifing. You know, I'm trying to make that bread Hispanic
Mhm.
Assassin. Things are happening in the world, but you know, I'm here. I can't wait to, you know, the season's ending. So I'm just gonna say, you know, for you guys that are looking forward to it, we did it last season. We do plan to do another stream with, you know, with Vash, with Memory MK, and some other friends maybe, where we're gonna be talking about what we're gonna be watching, binging for the summer 2025 anime season. So stay tuned for that. I don't know if we have a date. I'm sorry if you guys do know. Let me know.
I
Otherwise,
think
it's
we're
gonna-
shooting for the 24th, Tuesday, the 24th. I think is what we were shooting for. Not 100%, but that's kind of what we're aiming for right now. Like,
Stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah,
Where
it'll
we'll
be
make an official
sometime-
announcement.
yeah, not this upcoming week, but it'll be the week after, sometime that week for
Mhm.
sure. So
Because it has to. That's your last straw, really, to do it.
Yeah,
kinda.
like,
honestly.
So, yeah.
The season's coming to an end, you know, so you
Yeah.
already know we gotta be prepared. We gotta be ready for our takes and what we're gonna watch. So I can promise you guys, be ready. Stay tuned for that for sure.
Mhm.
And yeah,
And
if you guys have
also,
anything else-
also we will do something with the VOD this time because last time
Oh,
we didn't.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was trying to say something about like he was missing it, or I don't know.
No, I recorded it, or like I had the VOD, but we just like we didn't know if we just wanted to straight up post the VOD or like cut it up and edit it and put it like. But we'll do at least something with it, even if it's just posting the whole
Mhm.
VOD somewhere. Because I think Twitch doesn't even like keep the things like they used to keep streams or
Yes.
clips for like a while now, but like now they do. I think it's like 30 days or something. They keep the thing up. So yeah.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to go
Basically.
back and watch it, you couldn't unless that's why we're gonna do something with it though this time around. So yeah, be on the lookout for
Well,
that. Like
follow
Crash
my boy
mentioned.
at Memory MK on Twitch, so that way you can, you know, be notified. Put a notification button up so you know when the moment he goes live, we're
Hell
gonna be
yeah.
ready for you guys to give you our hot takes
Yes,
of what we're gonna
sir.
watch.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
But yeah,
All right, we're gonna
if
go
there's something else,
to the
yeah.
anime spotlight. Cause I think that's it for everybody, right?
Yo.
Alrighty. Well, all right. Be advised, audience and listeners. We review seasonal anime coverage from Monday, June 9th to Sunday, June 15th. And now we're going to the anime spotlight, where we go deep dives and mini reviews. So we're gonna focus on drama.
Drama.
What we got for drama? Honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions,
Just
anyone?
skip dinner, detective dinner, because I can I just say real quick on that, like that was the
Talk
most
about it.
racist shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Whoa,
I'm
whoa.
dealing with a lot of shit IRL. The audacity that they put some bootlegged speedwagon looking ass guy that can't even fucking
Yo.
speak Spanish. The Hispanic Assassin is fucking offended. How dare you guys? I gave that shit a 6 out of 10. Basically, I lowered the score of the show in general. If that shit don't fucking slap next
Dang.
episode, I'm gonna drop it even though it's completed. It's dropped in my head. Fuck out of here, bro.
That's
Shame on you guys.
crazy. I mean, look, my only problem was that he didn't say anything really in Spanish. That was my only. I would have been fine.
Fuck fucking Spanish, bro. You mad that we can't speak Japanese? I'm mad you can't speak Spanish, bro. It's not that how difficult.
Yo.
Like the subtitles,
all,
what?
like,
The
good
subtitles had the Spanish.
Translation.
Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
Might as well just wrote it in fucking
But
English,
what-
my
but
guy.
what was
Like,
coming
come
out
That's
of
all
on,
I'm
his-
sir.
saying.
Yeah, but what was coming out of his mouth wasn't Spanish.
It was
Right.
Spanish translated in Japanese, but it wasn't even like you didn't have the Spanish accent like mi amor
Yeah.
or no. Like I don't want to be racist, but I like
Yeah, like well, the thing is, I just know.
Español.
Well, my problem is that I know Miano would have said it in Spanish. He does that, right? He'll do like Japanese and then he'll put some Spanish or like whatever other language. But this guy didn't even try. It was just still Japanese, and then the subtitles will show you Spanish. I'm like, all right, Then don't give me that hope. Then at that point, if you're not doing
Big
this,
Rico Suave looking ass, like my boy. If you at least try to replicate fucking being anything like a Spanish man, I would have given you more. Honestly, I would have like, oh, I would have got on my seat. I'm like, okay, cool. He's trying to imitate something, but no, like the other guy, I forgot his name, but I'm calling him Speedwagon. The OG Speedwagon was playing fucking golf with the Grandmaster Templar or some stupid shit. I don't fucking know. That shit was a waste of time. And I figured out it was the old hag all along. So like I didn't even try to guess. I was like, it's her. Fucking 20 minutes into the anime. Oh, it's her. Called it. Like it was. Bro,
Yeah, she turned herself in too. I was kind of like, isn't that really I think that's the first time that's happened in the series, right? Where the person just turned themselves in a way.
From
just because of an old guy, bro, the Rizzler. That's crazy. Like he wasn't even all that good looking.
Yeah. He was not. But you know what I'm thinking with the case of the little girl missing? I personally am suspect of the guy that was giving cake to everybody, only because it's just there was so much detail on him. I don't know. I feel like for just a character that shows up for one little second, I feel like there was just too much on him to not. I don't know. This is my own little crack theory that something he did something to kidnap the girl or something. I don't know. If you don't remember the guy that was giving cake to our girl and then the little girl, he was like, here's some cake and stuff like that. So I suspect that he's the one that kidnapped her for some reason. I don't know what, because I was suspecting that he's the one that like had to play in the stabbing, but no, it was apparently the old hag, which makes sense. But I feel like that character is going to come into play again. I don't know how or why, but that was my little theory.
I don't even remember the cake, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
I do remember him.
That's fair.
I'm getting pedo vibes already. You just talking about it. I can only. Do you want me? I'm gonna tell you right now how it's gonna end. I'm gonna tell you exactly how it's gonna end. He kidnaps her. He's gonna either try to ransom her for money, or he actually likes kind of girls like that, which is kind of disgusting.
Oh my
and he's gonna try to rescue her, and they're kind of like in this like little area, like not a circus, but like kind of like an entertainment kind of thing, whatever. I don't know. I'm just getting like I'm trying to make it as stupid as possible. And like they're gonna have to like try to work their way around like this not circus but like this little like entertainment area, kind of you know, to try to rescue her.
Like, you're not understanding the vibe of the whole show.
I don't think this is a fuck anymore about it. I could care less. Like it was cooking after the VTuber thing. Like that was peak for me. After that, it went straight downhill. Is it doing good with the mysteries? Yeah, it's mysterying. But am I really entertained with the mystery stories at this point? Fuck no. So, not saying it's not doing its job. I'm just saying, you know, I just can't wait for the job to be finished.
I feel like recently I am kind of with you. I feel like
for sure
the cases haven't been hitting as much as some of the earlier ones, for sure. I would agree.
I fell asleep this episode. No Mamoru Miyano.
he showed up. You just didn't see it because you were asleep.
This was the least amount we've had of him though. For sure.
It was.
Right?
For sure I
missed him. I actually can't believe I'm saying it, but I missed him. Okay.
Which kind of that lines up with Gremmen's fall.
Yeah, bro.
I was leaning back. I was all relaxed.
It's like his sole reason for watching this almost.
It is. He said it since day one.
Bro, Miyano pulled up, and then it was this random knockoff. Bro, I fell asleep so quick.
This guy.
I could not.
Miyano's character came back and Gremmen like, wait, he's like stood up like in his chair for a second, like, oh shit, wait, hold on, and then he's gone. He's just like, all right, I'm back.
Right. Every time he would say, "Nice goal, nice try, nice."
Yeah, he said it like 6 times with different ways.
Yeah,
it was so good. I loved it. Well, okay, if we're done with dinner table, I want to talk about your Forma. That episode was pretty cool. I'm gonna be pissed if our girl Ichika did not know that was not Biga. Like, please.
Ichika's gonna die.
Like, well, the thing is too, I'm hopeful about is only because I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it, but people were talking about like, oh, well, she should know that Biga doesn't call Harold, right? Because they talked about that early in the episode that she doesn't call him because she's so flustered about him, shy about it. So when she said the line like, "Oh, you put this together really well," I'm kind of thinking, "Oh, is that like her knowing that this is a trap and she just went there to go like confirm something, or is that just you could take it both ways that that's what she was thinking of Biga doing? Like she was like, "Oh, Biga, good, you did all this well," or stuff like that. But I'm hoping that Ichika did not fall for the trap.
I hope not.
And that she actually, I really hope not, because that would be really dumb. but I really do hope. I don't think she did because now
The timing
that
of
makes
it
sense.
was just like too. It was
Yeah,
like too convenient, you know. Like I don't know the way that it happened. At least me, like for me, that would have like been a kind of like I would have been sus or like it would have been like a flag for sure, like raised a red flag, I guess.
I'll say F.
and the thing, she didn't even answer her question, right? Ichika asked her something and she didn't answer it. She like kept going, and I'm like, come on, Ichika,
Yeah.
you gotta know this is not her. But nah, the nightmares after out again. He killed them copycat killer, which was hilarious. He was like, no, I'm the genuine one. Do not do this, you little piece of shit. Don't copy my axe. So he killed the copycat killer, which was crazy. I was like, oh shit, all right, my bad. So you know you don't take it serious when people copy you. Oh, my bad. But yeah, Harold's really into this case. I get why Ichika's worried about him. Cause yeah, he could probably do something 100%, right? Because we know the laws really don't restrict him like that fully. So if he actually saw the guy, he would probably kill him 100%. So it's just a really tough case with the person impersonating Sozin, his boy. So yeah, I don't know. It's a good case. I've been loving the case so far, and yeah, for sure, I'm excited for next episode.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, because was it last week's episode we were gassing up, or was it the one before that? I don't remember.
Last week, right?
Yeah, it was last week. I feel like this is probably the strongest stretch, honestly, of the series, which may not be saying a lot because you know how we felt about it. Some of us have felt about it so far, but like I don't know, last week's episode and even like this one, I feel like I've been more engaged in the series. So I mean, it's a good sign to, I guess, you know, leave off as we like wind down. So yeah, I wanted to talk about GQuuuuuuX actually.
Talk about it.
Yeah, episode, I think it was 10.
Ye-
So they're setting up for Nya
Yeah.
and Amate, which wasn't it was gonna happen. It was inevitable, right? That they would face off once again. I'm curious though. I think I've saw this, you know, some people kind of predicting like, oh, it's gonna come down to the classic, like, because Cassilia, she gave Nya like the gun or whatever. So people are thinking like, oh, they're gonna be fighting each other and both their suits are gonna get so destroyed that they're both gonna be outside and they're gonna be like aiming at each other, like that kind of thing, right?
The classic.
Yeah. So that's what people think is gonna happen. We'll see though. I feel like with this series, there's just things you just can't predict, honestly. But Cassilia in this episode was like the poison. People were saying
that was some G shit.
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, is this Darth Vader?" People were like, "Is this Darth Vader or something?" Like,
no. After she took out the mask, and I realized what she was thinking, I was like, "Oh, bro, 4D chess. Like, you just playing with them. On God, like as an assassin, I gotta give props. Like,
yeah, that was
good
clean.
On you, mommy, good on you. Goddamn, like
that was clean.
What a G.
And then even
apparently
like,
she did that in the original too, though, because that's what someone was telling me.
I
So
wouldn't
it's like,
know.
I don't even like. I watched the original,
right.
but if she did something beyond that, or I don't even know if it was in the original. I don't remember, honestly. It's been a minute.
I don't know. Someone did tell me that apparently it was, so that's why it connects to like something that comes later with Char. That's why this episode showed him a lot.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, things are going in motion
History
now
repeats
because of that.
itself.
Yeah. With
Yeah,
Char,
a little bit,
we
a
did
little
see, of course, if we, you know, we're thinking that dude is Char.
Right.
Like he did,
Right.
I think he dipped out
Escape.
after
He
Nya.
did.
Yeah. Which Nya, I mean, her whole thing is like,
Nya?
obviously she's just trying to get Shuji, right? Like, but she has no idea what she just did, which is like kind of scary, right? So like, how is she gonna feel like, or when she comes to that realization of what she actually just did? You know, obviously she's kind of playing right into Cassilia's hand. Like she's like they're in very similar situations, Amate and Nya, but I feel like
100%.
for Nya's point, it's probably more I don't know. I feel more for her, I feel like, in her situation compared to Amate, because like Shalia, even in this episode, was telling her like, go make your own decision, like be free, that kind of thing, right? But also Shalia kind of he's kind of slick out here too. I don't know. So, but Cassilia especially, she showcased that in this episode, like what means she'll go to, right? So yeah, I feel like this episode was one of the better episodes as well. Like I feel like recently it's been like I said this about Your Forma, but like I feel like GQuuuuuuX for me, it's kind of leaving off on a strong note, but also like in my mind is just like, okay, this is only going to be one core, so like can this how do I really see this ending? Like I just don't see, I don't know. Unless there's more, they surprise us and there's more coming, they announce a sequel or something.
That's what I was gonna talk to you about, because I'm very
I just can't
torn
see
on the
this.
anime.
Yeah, I can't see this leaving off. I can't see myself being satisfied, I guess, essentially. With
As
everything that has
somebody
to
who
wrap
has
up.
not seen any of the Gundams right now, I'm at this is my first. This is a really weird conundrum for me. Like for the first time ever, where the way I grade this anime cannot be based off previous Gundam shows. It's based on what I'm seeing right now in the moment. And realistically, for a veteran anime person, I could put some pieces together. At this point now, I'm kind of fucked because I know that I don't know about some of the characters, and I need to know that beforehand. So I'm just going based off like whatever I'm watching, based on what you guys tell me. For someone just getting into the anime, and I have seen, I think maybe 2 people maybe on social media who are in the situation. For them specifically, I'm just going on their perspectives. For them to watch this show and kind of being like, damn, like I don't know what to make heads or tails of anything. My thing now is, am I gonna have to grade this show based off literally the characters, the ending? Because I'm still in this position where like, and I'm pretty sure you guys can tell me, it is a what if situation still. It's not canon by any means. It's nice that they're connecting stuff from, you know, certain points in the shows, but this is still a what if situation. This is still not a, you know, canon event. Like it's not connected to the story by any means. It's just like, what if Char, you know, was the one in the red, you know, suit, red Gundam suit and all that. And I'm just kind of like, you know, I kind of really don't care anymore at this point. I was here for like Amade, for Neon, for the new characters. The new characters are bringing life into this new perspective of the Gundam universe. And now, like I said it before, I say it again. I don't give a fuck about Neon. I still don't. And you know, if she dies, cool. If
I
she
mean, that's
lives,
fair.
whatever. Like
that's honestly fair.
I was here for Amade the whole time. Like you know, something about me rubbed me off the wrong way first when I first saw her, and then I started to like her a lot. And I still kind of like her. And it's not because I saw her in swimsuit. No, it's more like I see the character.
You keep mentioning that though.
It's Easter on the Easter on, but I like the character development, you know, they have, and I just like this. I like this idea of like, how far will you go for one boy? That's this guy Shiunji is just a straight fuckboy. Let's just be real. 2 girls are fighting for this guy. He don't even know it, and they're destroying worlds, universes. It's so crazy to me. I'm like, my boy, you're such a G. Like, how do you do this? I need to replicate your fucking vibes, bro. But no, like, I see what the show is putting out, but at the same time, this is not a show that I would recommend to anybody at all if you are not a fan of mech anime, robots, or just, you know, Gundam in general. It is nice to see. I do like the animation. Now, I did talk shit about it before, but realistically, you know, I'm getting to a point where the endings are to come, and then I still gotta ask myself, it's not even canon. It's just a what if situation. Do I even bother to give it something decent? Am I gonna be generous? Should I be more stricter? But I haven't watched Gundam shit myself, so I'm in a really weird position for grading myself in this show. And ultimately, I'll just say from here on out, whatever I end up grading, I mean that's really ultimately my opinion. But I wouldn't take my own opinion into consideration because I haven't watched Gundam. I would take more of like Neko or memories you know, opinion, because they watch more of the Gundam. They have an understanding a little bit more than I do. I'm just going based off somebody who has never seen it ever, just going to it blind and just watching from what I've seen from point A to point B just as it is. And I feel like if you want to see my review on that, for sure I'll give it to you and I hope you like it. But otherwise, if you want more in depth, somebody more experienced with that, I hope my co-host at the end of this, you know, series gives you the opinion that we're all thinking about, we all actually can agree with at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this is would have benefited so much more from like the traditional like Gundam length that you usually get.
100%.
Like, you know, Iron Blooded Orphans, 50 episodes, even Witch from Mercury, like 24, 25, right? Like, even that wasn't really traditionally what you get. Like, most Gundam originals are like 50 episodes at least.
Yep.
Right? Like, this series would have benefited so much more from that. Like, even 25 episodes, I feel like it would have benefited so much more. Because, like, for a lot of people, like, even for me, like, I really don't care much about the outcome of Nya and Amate. With how the series, like, with how their characters have been handled, I really don't care. Like, if one or the other dies, if both of them die, I don't really care, honestly. which
Yeah.
it's kind of like it's kind of a weird spot to be in, but also like I think it's been made pretty apparent, right, that these characters are kind of just like, I don't know, like they're being used by the
They're
characters.
to an end.
They're being used by the characters we're already like familiar with, like for their own goals,
Yeah.
their own purposes. So it's like they were just like devices in a way, like
Yeah.
we weren't maybe we weren't even supposed to like really see them as like main characters in that way. I don't know.
To be honest, yeah.
It's very interesting, like because how many
I-
series you see are kind of handled like this, right? Like
Yeah.
Not a lot recently, honestly.
yeah, like they're
I
your
feel
main
like a lot of
characters,
people-
but they don't like at
Mhm.
this point. I mean,
I-
it don't even really
I-
feel that way. It's just
I think at this point, I like how people have been saying that Shalia's been more of a main character than the other. Like 3
Yeah.
characters
That's
have not felt as like
crazy.
Shalia's been the main character the whole time for me. Literally us all, and then like he feels like the most like growth, and like we know more about him than the other characters, honestly. Of the new cast. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been kind of like disappointing a bit, to be honest. But hey, we'll see how it ends, and
yeah. Maybe we get
can-
more. Like maybe they
I mean,
surprise us.
you know.
I
I will say, at the very least, I don't know about you guys if you heard anything, but on my Annie list, it still has a question mark on the amount of episodes still left, based off number 10 after a question mark. So if we don't hear anything by 12, I assume it's gonna keep going. But I'm pretty sure one of you guys have told me that it's gonna be just, I think, 12 or 13 episodes, one
I
core.
think it's just 12.
If they
Yeah,
push it to
it's-
24, for sure, then maybe story gets more interesting. There's more to it that we don't know yet. Maybe another
They could-
war, maybe more like back lore about past Gundam stuff. I don't know. Can the show
or
That's
end
all
in 13 episodes?
or I don't
for
know.
Sure.
or they do something where it's like this leads into somehow through like this multiverse shenanigans and whatnot.
Maybe.
Like this, like say this ends and then they announce like another like Gundam UC timeline like sequel or
That could
something
be
like
it.
that somehow. Like this is like leading into something like that potentially. I have no clue.
I mean, but then my thing now is like, okay, that could potentially happen, but we're still in this thing where it's a fact that it's still like it's not a canon event. It's just a what if scenario. So it's like you guys are just watching a Gundam show just because it's straight Gundam. It's not has nothing to do with the actual like original universe by any means. They have maybe characters that has to do with it, story, mechs and all that. But then I'm like, why the fuck would I watch if it's not OG? If it's not the original, you know what I'm saying? Like if it makes sense, if it's in a timeline, for sure. And then for sure, for people who are not into Gundam or people who want to get into it, where to shut off, this is gonna be very conflicting to get into because technically they don't need to watch it. It's nice to watch if you passing the time, if you have no other animes. But I mean, like as Memory said, the OGs have 50 plus episodes on certain seasons, of the whole series. There's a lot to get into with Gundam. Attack on Titan's like 100 episodes if you haven't watched mainstream shit like that.
Yeah,
And for somebody who's gonna get into anime, it's a lot to do. For 50.
If this is
episodes.
actually going to be 12, 13 episodes, it's the short. I'm pretty sure it's the shortest, like original, mainline like
100%.
Gundam to come out, right? Like so,
Yeah.
like everyone pretty much has been at least, like I said, 50 episodes. So, even Witch from Mercury, like people were like, man, it's only 20 whatever episodes. Like that's not what we're used to, which is like.
I mean, I was satisfied with that. I was so satisfied, and I don't like mech animes by any means, but I was like, damn, I have to admit, like,
Yeah.
that pretty was good. Like for the amount of time, mind you, I've never watched Gundam, and I need to watch 50 plus episodes now. Yikes! Damn, I have a lot of homework on my hands to do.
But we
Well,
shall
alright,
see.
well,
That was
Yeah.
an
We
shall
honorable
see.
mention, by the way. Apparently,
yeah,
But
really.
that's
It's
why I wanted
alright,
to put it
look.
as one. But it's all good,
And that's
But,
fair. That's
yeah, it's
fair.
all
That's
good.
fair. You look, it's all right. All right. Oh, anyone else got another honorable mention for drama? Oh well, I guess
I
Aunt
don't-
Shirley a little. Like we could go, I guess, a little if we want.
Yeah, we
The
can
only
talk
thing
about
I
Aunt
want to
Shirley.
mention,
Yeah.
thing I want to mention is this: our girl is teaching, and man, those kids already looked at her like, girl, whatever. They did not respect her. And she has like a little boy that has a crush on her, right? I think Paul has a crush on her.
Oh yeah,
That
for
was his
sure.
name.
I'm just wondering how Gilbert got into class again.
Damn, you're right. That's fair. That little mini
Little
Gilbert,
Gilbert,
yeah.
yeah.
It is, bro. I looked at him. I said, "Damn, Gilbert has a kid already." Like,
That's crazy.
No,
I'm not
no.
joking.
Imagine a timeline where like so much time passes and that boy ends up with our girl.
No, stop. Gilbert would not allow that.
Imagine
This
like we
man
just
already.
get like everybody's like, oh, Gilbert and Anne, like surely they're gonna be together, right? It's like
yes,
psych,
surely.
psych.
Yo, nah, Paul was cute, giving her flowers, being the teacher pet. He's like, "Oh, your name, so cool, the E." I don't know, that was cute, and yeah, you know, our Gilbert
I
and
didn't know.
Anne
See, I
keep
thought
getting
Gilbert
along.
and Anne were a thing. I didn't know it was Gilbert and it was young Gilbert and Anne.
Young
my
Gilbert.
That's
opinion.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's like
But
Gilbert.
yeah,
Nah,
he is a
No,
little.
them
he's
kids
straight up
are little.
Gilbert.
Them kids are little shits. So
Nah,
most of them, yeah,
they
to be
were
expected, kind of.
right.
But then also,
She
like,
was
one
like,
of her
"Guys."
worries was that, like, oh, like, because I'm here, like, they're gonna know about a lot about my past. And then the one kid
And then the
mentioned,
one
they
yeah,
did.
literally.
I remember you breaking this over some boy's head. She's like, "Look, he deserved it. All right."
Yeah, it's like one of her
Right.
worries was like realized like so quickly.
I mean, she couldn't even say nothing to him. I'm like, no, stand on business, Anne, please. He's going away with the dub. No, don't let him win this.
I am
I
excited to see if and how Anne takes over this class, because as of right now, she's
yeah.
not in charge of the class.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
Apparently
learning
some love her,
experience.
some don't. Yeah, for sure. But
This is a
yeah,
part of what
this
comes
is
with
just
it.
a good episode. Yeah, exactly. And then Marilla, I'm happy for Marilla, you know, she's just getting better. But no, also that lady that was dissing,
Oh
even
yeah, just
Diane's mom. I was like, damn, why are you
nonchalantly,
saying
like
that
she
about
was, yeah,
like just a downer? She was like, nah, Marilla's gonna go blind. I don't believe anything. Everything's just
literally.
disgusting. I'm like, no, don't be such a downer. Don't say that. Like, damn. But no,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not. I
a
want
good
to be.
episode.
I want to be surrounding myself around with that energy, bro.
Oh,
That would be.
100%. That sister, poor sister, bro.
Yeah.
Sister's like, nah, don't worry about her. She's just, you know. I'm like, hell no, bro. You gonna talk about my mom's like that? Hell no. Don't say that. But yeah, good episode. Like cute moments with the baby too, when they were trying to get money for their little society, society
Mhm.
to fix up the school. That was really cool.
That
Yeah,
little
I feel
scene
like
when they
that's
like that little scene when they like my bad, Graham. Like when they tiptoed inside like the house. That was
Oh
yeah, that
yes.
was actually really funny to me. That was. Go ahead, Graham.
I
What were you
feel
about
like
to say?
Like her swatting the
I
flies.
feel like there's gonna be some kind of drama next episode, because like they did kind of skirt the whole path. Like they skipped people. They did like they did like Gilbert's route. They went to a different route. Like they kind of skipped people on their own route, and then they stole people from other people's routes because of the situation. I feel like there's gonna be some type of traffic jam or something. Like people are gonna like, I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be something there, you know.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
it was
we
a good
shall
episode, though.
see. Anybody else got any honorable mentions? We can move on to.
I do have one. It's not technically drama, but for the episode itself, I guess you could say it's dramatic, if you guys will allow me.
Okay,
What
go
is it?
ahead.
Sweet.
Catch Me at the Ballpark got me at the edge of my seat.
Oh,
I will say,
okay.
like, I like a game of baseball as much as the next person. I will not say my favorite team because I know everyone here is probably gonna shut me for it. But
The Yankees, get the hell out of here.
What's wrong with the fucking Yankees, bro?
Yeah.
Just get them out of
Sorry,
here.
you're a Mets for anyways. So
I'm not a Mets fan. Everybody just hates the Yankees, bro. Besides y'all.
Fuck you guys. Anyway, so long story short, just to see your team actually getting up, actually doing good. And you know what? I'm gonna bring it to football terms. It's like watching the Jets. They got a good team, and then it looks like you're gonna do fucking good, but then Aaron Rodgers fucks it up, breaks his goddamn ankle, and then everything goes to shit, and then you lose, bro. It's kind of like that, bro. Like I was
That's
like,
what they get for relying on a 50-year-old.
I mean, that is true, dude. That meme is great, though.
My point, bro.
That
Why
meme is
you
great.
relying on the OGs?
Have you saw that meme where he's like carrying out the American flag and then he's just yeah, people will be like, oh, this guy's career summarized, and then they just use Aaron Rodgers coming out with the American flag and then he just hurts himself like the second or third play.
I've seen that, but with I don't know, the SpongeBob episode where you see like the old snail going in like the Olympics with the torch.
Yeah.
I seen it with that. I know what you're talking about, but it's just like you're hyped up. You guys think you're gonna get into to a playoff, whatever, and then they fumble so fucking hard. I'm just saying, for Japanese fans, that was very humble of them to be like, it's okay, we got you next season. Me personally, I would throw my beer at them. Fuck you guys wasted my time. I would shit all over them on Twitter. On God, bro, I was like, I wasted how much time, money to fucking watch you guys fumble like that. Piece of shit. I'm going to the other team. I'm bandwagon just because I'm a hater like that. But I'm very toxic. But that's just me as a fan. But just watching that really had me at the edge of my seat. I would say that much. It was nice to see. I'm very curious to know how it ends because the last episode is going to be next week. And that's actually one of the first animes I want to finish up, despite me catching up at the last minute. I don't think it's going to become romantic, but it would be a weird twist to see if they ask each other out. Something. I'm just curious to know how everything would end. Would it be season 2?
Bro, I'd love to see I don't know. I feel like it would take the series, it would elevate it a lot for me if they did, I feel like it is kind of, building up for that, a romance potentially, further down the line.
There's a lot of romance, by the way.
There's been little bits. There's been little bits they've dropped, here and there, But, I feel like, for me, I'd like to see something where, they, when she's not on the job, they maybe somehow link up and go to a game together or something like that. Okay. Or that would be awesome. I don't know if it's gonna happen the end of this season, but that would be.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I feel like something like that would elevate the series, or some progression with the romance, because they've dropped little bits here and there, nothing crazy, but yeah, it was a good episode though. It was one of the better episodes of the Ballpark one. I mean, me and Grem were watching. I think Grem actually said it. He was like, "They're gonna lose. They're definitely gonna freaking lose."
I was like, "There's no way they win," but I was still I'm still not the position. If I were a fan, would I be happy or would I be very upset? And they were really like, "It's okay, don't worry." I'm like, I couldn't be them, but I was still, they tried.
It was a heartwarming moment though at the end, right? Because it's like
she was screaming on the stands like, "You guys can do it! Don't worry! Don't listen to these bozos! Don't worry!" And I was like, "No, you know what? Yeah, don't worry! We believe in you!" And they fumbled so hard, bro. I was like, "You're hurt! Get out the fucking bro!" I was tight. I was so. Why do I care for these characters?
Even when our girl screamed, that was a cool moment too. When she told him "Oh, it's not over yet" or whatever she said. When in the crowd was like, "Whoa!" They're all looking at her like, "Did she just say that?" And they're like, "Wait, she's right. This shit ain't over yet."
That's my team. What you mean? No, we got support. We got represent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but no, it's painful out here being this. No matter who you cheer for, being a sports fan, certain franchises definitely have it worse. It's rough out here.
Yankees. Still,
I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. Just imagine that, bro. I mean, my God.
It's dedication. I'm actually. I got nothing to say.
Terrible out here.
All I'm gonna say is my team went through a patch of a couple of years where everyone was shitting on them for years and years, and I was like, sure, keep going. And then we picked up some bum ass motherfucker, and then everyone's like, oh, let's root for this team, and I can't root for my team because they got this bum on my team. So I want to root for my team, but he's on my team right now, and I would rather kill myself than root for my team right now.
You're not an Astros fan by any chance? Are you gonna ask you right now?
No, it's basketball. He's talking about basketball. Are you?
We're talking basketball. Okay.
Because of this bum ass.
And I know who he's talking about.
Are you?
Hairline behind his neck ass.
He's talking about LeBron, bro. It's crazy, bro. Damn, this whole comment section is about to roast us.
Crash
All right, yeah, Kobe's better. So let's go. Let's go on to
better. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's go to Apothecary Diaries if no one has any
No. Yo, we gotta talk about the drippy ladies. For the record, guys, I saw drippy ladies in the comment section.
Yeah, give us our $10, sir.
Let's run me my money.
Thanks for reminding us. Thanks for reminding us, man.
Anyway, yeah, the drippy ladies. It was
$10.
Really
Thank you, chat.
It was a really interesting episode this week. Basically, we get to see one of the previous winners of this title that nobody actually gives a shit about because no one cares about the school part, right? Nate, right?
I mean, yeah, this, you know how I feel about it, bro. You know how I feel about it.
But yeah, no, we get to see one of these, what are they called? The Heavenly Maidens or whatever the hell they're called. like we get to see one of them, and she basically says,
Opinions.
"Yeah, keep up your like your hobby. It's cool. Like keep it up." And then she said, "But don't get too distracted by it." And then she's like, "Wait a second, you really like the harp? Whatever happened?" And she said, "Oh, well, my dad told me to stop, so I stopped." Okay.
Yeah.
It was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that was the one thing that like that just especially like she could relate to that so much. So like that was something that really struck her because she's like you think this is just like a game or like just something for fun for me. Like this shit is my life. Like this is my passion, you know. So she was kind of like she took it as her like undermining, I guess, you know, how she kind of goes about it. But also she's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
talking
cool.
from her own experience. I did like that bit with the old I just like I don't know, I think I mentioned to you like while we were watching the episode, I'm just like I honestly could care less if she gets that title. Like that whole plot line with her being the like I don't even remember what it's called, the Heavenly Maiden or
The
whatever.
main, yeah, he
Yeah.
said, yeah.
Like I could care less. Like I just want the band content. Like honestly.
That's fair.
So but
That's
if
fair.
other
That's
people
fair.
are into that aspect of it, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not really my cup of tea. I feel like the two don't really like. I wouldn't say it doesn't mesh because it is like I don't know. It is kind of interesting that how people come across like at school or wherever, like in a more professional, I guess, or you know,
Mm.
strict setting, like what they are behind what everyone doesn't see. I like that aspect of it is cool, but the whole school academy like rich you know proper girl thing I never from episode 1 really I've talked about this a lot. I just haven't been a fan of, but more band content. But you know, not one of my favorite episodes this week of
I
Rock as a
I
Lady's
think it
Modesty, but
had I think it had one of my favorite moments in the series thus far, where she gets so frustrated by hearing this, like you mentioned, she got so frustrated that she just starts basically banging her head against the wall, like playing this, just trying to get it out, the stress and the frustration she was feeling. And you got the drummer going, yeah, 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 let's do it. And then she looks at her face and goes, actually, let's not. And she just lets her keep going because
which was
she
a
knows
first.
that this is something else. This isn't like fun right now. This is she needs to do this because she's so frustrated. Like she's upset. Like actually,
Yeah.
it was a really cute moment. It's like yeah, she really does care. Like she does notice like these things. Like so I like it's a little bit of the band content, that we really want from
Yeah.
going on, and we got a really cool quote saying that what is it, rock and roll, they said, what was the quote? It was like rock and roll is something you can it's not something you can do to like run away or something. It's something so that you can dance on your worries or something. It's not something that you
I don't
could like
remember the
run
quote.
away from your worries, or like it's something that you can dance on your worries, like fuck them, it was real good. I
Yeah.
don't know, I just felt like it was worth mentioning. It was a really good one.
Okay.
It sounds good. That's good.
Yeah,
Sounds fun.
but it was the classroom stuff, so I already knew Nate wasn't feeling it, but it was a good one.
Well, that's good. Well, I mean, what else we all felt that was good this week was Apothecary Diaries with
Oh
its
yeah.
kind of an explosive episode, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
explosive.
I have some bad news for you guys.
Oh
You didn't watch it.
no.
I pulled a memory this week. Not
Whoa,
my
whoa.
top. It's not my best of the week. It's number 2 for me.
Fair.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
that's
was about
fair.
to say. I thought you were about to say it
Yeah.
wasn't in your top 10. I'm like, what?
No. It was top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
It was gas, straight gas. When the episode started, when they were like talking, Mao Mao and fuck, I lost my train of thought. What
Lolan.
was it? Yeah, I was like, are they gonna fight? Are they gonna stay? And then her just running, grabbing her, like, wait, she's leaving. Wait, I was like, is anybody go down? No, this gets his friend. And then the prince, the moon prince, my
Yep.
boy comes in, fucking with
Mm.
the gear, with the drip, my boy.
Oh my
we got speak
god!
bro. Like, I gotta replicate my boy with the vibes because that man right there, he's emitting fucking MC fucking aura right there. That man was aura farming the fuck out of that episode. But and then they finally meet him and Mao Mao in that room. They were like, oh, I miss this. I miss having our little banters together. I was like,
Yes.
I miss more of like the fact that this is not gonna happen anymore from here on out. Like it's like losing your innocence, man. Like now y'all gonna act like adults. Y'all gonna act more proper in front of each other. I don't like that.
Oh
I'm
my
not looking forward
god.
to this bullshit, bro. I want to go back to the goofy shit. I want to go back to the etchy shit where y'all touch each other's frogs. Whatever. I want that back, damn it.
Mm.
But now we're gonna get to
Oh
the
my
nitty
god.
gritty. We're gonna get to the serious shit. I loved it. It was a great episode. Next episode's gonna be even more serious.
Mm.
I will
Yeah.
say,
Oh, go
we got
ahead.
to see our boys fighting. We got to see Boston and not Lacan. What,
Lihaku.
bro? Lihaku. Thank you, the dog. We got to see the dog and the beast fighting in the front line. It was
Yeah.
pretty sick.
Even Jinchi though, I was like,
Demon.
let's go, Jinchi. Okay. After seeing all his sword little practices in the morning, now he putting it to work, slicing and dicing. I'm like, yes.
Jinjin has killed people. He has legit like he is not like
they're this is all blood splattered on the floor on that snow, that good old white snow. There's blood right there. They're gone. They're gone. But yeah, I was looking forward to this armor for a while, and I'm so excited to see it. I honestly forgot that it was coming this soon. I just keep remembering things coming later, but it's apparently more sooner than I think sometimes, because I learned this stuff in season 1, so I was really excited for this, and they killed it. I loved this freaking armor. It was awesome.
Yeah, the visual they put out was clean as hell too.
I was a little upset that I saw the visual. I would like to just
I saw it before the episode
seeing
too.
it.
I did see it before the episode as well.
But that's why I didn't like they did that. But oh well, it's fine. But it's all right. It's all right. But otherwise, I did love the Shisui and Mao thing. Like her trying to actually she was worried for her, of course, and she's like, "Wait, don't go. You can just run away." But of course, Shisui has this pride, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna do this because I gotta kill moms, and I gotta avenge everything that our family's been doing, basically, or not avenge, but kind of destroy everything our family's been doing." So that part would kind of got me. I was like, no, Baba was so worried for her. She's like, she's sweet, don't. But yeah, it really hurt a lot, that part. And then of course the meetup, the reunion was awesome. It was so cute, and yeah, it's about to go down. Like shit.
The funniest part about this episode is Mao peeps him in the bright purple armor. Which, if y'all know anything about feudal time in any feudal system, purple is royalty.
Yeah,
That's a color that is unnatural. That is something that only royals can get. It has been like that in every system of government for years and years and years. It's been that in the feudal era. Like whether you be in England, whether you be in France, whether you be in Spain, whether you be in Egypt, purple was royalty. And he's wearing this purple armor. And she looks out there and goes, huh, that looks like... Nah, it couldn't be.
Couldn't be.
Nah.
I hate that she's acting like this now. Stop acting stupid, Mao. You're smart in this. Come on now.
Who else would that? Come on. Your eyes are deceiving.
It can't be. It is.
Deny to the last seconds for Mama, all right? Look, until he finally came to her face, so she's like, fuck. I already.
I'm just wondering
what's up, Prince?
Let herself out of this situation.
Well, she definitely can't now, right? Like, golly.
Who knows, bro?
Let me ask realistically, is she really in trouble? In the eyes of the Emperor, is she really in trouble? She was kidnapped. It's not her fault that she got taken.
No.
Oh no, they basically what Mao. Okay, so this is one of the things I will say, the benefit of reading the light novel. Mao was panicking because she's like, wait a second, I'm here. These people are being taken out as traitors. How do I get out of this situation? So the second somebody walked in, she said, "Can you save me?" And like I've been kidnapped. Save me. That's what she did. That's why she said, "Will you save me, please, Master Jinchi?" That was the whole in her head. She's like, I need to make sure they understand that I have been kidnapped. Please, I am not part of this. I do not want to die.
That's fair.
There is
a lot of inner monologue stuff that I would have liked in this episode. But of course, it's anime form. They're not going to add that stuff. But what I learned from the inner monologues of stuff, it was really cool. I was like, oh, a lot of cool little context, just more emotion, you could say, in these scenes that didn't really portray it as much, but yeah,
I will say, hey, we
cool.
did get some with her talking about how she felt about Lolan. Like she
Yeah.
was like, but I
No,
don't want her
100%.
to go. Like I care about it. Like so that is
Yeah.
inner monologue. That's not something she said out loud. That's her inner monologue. Like they could have
No,
added
for
a
sure.
little bit of inner monologue of her going, "Oh fuck, I'm all here alone. There's dead kids here. I'm in a
Well,
burning building. I'm in a like they're raiding this place. They're gonna think I'm part of it." Like they could have done something. Like I don't know. It would have been cool to see it, but it's understandable. But yeah, that's
Anime.
kind of what was going down her mind. So that's why when you're asked if she's gonna be in trouble, that's why the first thing she said to Jinshi is, "Can you save me?" Like I've been
Said, Papa, can you bless me, please? And he was like, "Say that, I got you, mommy. Come on now." No, I appreciate that.
I'm curious, like, because when I was watching, I was like, "Oh, of course, Jinshi's the first one to see her, right?" But like, if it would have been like just some random like army like foot soldier, like, because weren't they just killing motherfuckers on sight? Like, what do they have?
That's what I'm saying. Jinshi has blood in his hands. Like he is not going to be the same innocent guy we used to know. Like,
no, I'm saying, but like, no, my question
is
like,
in the novel, I think Lee Haku found her in the novel. I think
like
it was
found her
Lee
first.
Haku. Yeah, and then Lee Haku said, "Wait, Apothecary, why are you here?" And then Jinshi walked in and said, that's his daughter." And he goes, "Wait, that means you're," and she says, "Call him old fart."
Yeah,
like,
that scene was funny. That scene was funny.
Yeah.
Don't say that
so
word.
That's interesting that the way they Jinshi was the one
I think he
first.
did find I think he did find her first though.
I thought it was Lee Haku.
Yeah, no,
it was Jinshi then. Yeah, it was Jinshi then like
no.
Jinshi walked out and he was like, "Oh, like Lee Haku."
No, I know
because we talked about this, Grem, and we talked about this that he finds her and then he tells Lee Haku, "You take care of her." We've talked about this. That in the light novel, it's Jinshi that finds her.
Okay.
Yes, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it is just Jinshi. So,
but like
it's
when
I guess you make a good point.
No, but my question, my question was
point.
like, I was wondering because with a lot of these people in the stronghold, like they were probably just killing them on sight, like, right?
For sure.
100%.
So like if it was just a random foot soldier and they didn't know who the apothecary was.
GG easy.
100%. That's why he was like Grim said,
I think that's why.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's also why he was so adamant about charging in. When
I need to get in there. My liege, I can go get her. No, I have to be the one to get in there. Why? I just have to. What you mean you have to?
That's why he said Grand Commandant Khan's daughter's in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. That was his excuse for being able to go in there. So I think you're right. It would have been interesting, and that's also why we get the inner monologue in the novel of her panicking.
Yeah.
So it's a good point. You make a really good point. Yeah. If it was someone else, what would have happened?
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about how Lolan was such a G towards the end of the episode where she just slapped the shit?
Dude, what she
was like,
crazy.
By the way, I think that was the kids. I think that was the kids.
Oh, it
was the
kid's mom. Bro, I was going bananas. You don't understand. I was like, bro, she just grew a pair of cojones, and she was just like, "Nah, bro, I'm him. Like, you don't want the smoke." Fucking got her sister out of the closet and told her father, "Bro, grow a pair of balls. I need you to be a man, bro. Stop being pussy
for one time in your life."
Yes,
for real.
You gotta tell him how it is, because she knows she's done this. I'm pretty sure.
One time in your life, take responsibility for this.
Damn, bro. As a father, happy
that was
Father's
a
Day,
good
by the way.
line. I did right. Happy Father's Day. No, I did like that line because it was like even he was thinking about. He's like, I've never seen Shisui like this, and I never seen my daughter like this, and he was like, damn. Well, I said
Shisui,
but he said he didn't see a lot of shit because he mentioned like
100%.
Oh, it's crazy that she's done this. Like she's done this a million times before.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Suiren was being treated so shittily.
Yeah.
It was like, bro,
how do you not though? How?
And then he also threw in there like, "Oh, Shenmei, she wasn't always like this" or something. Like I think he said something like that.
Well, they all said that, right? Yeah.
The whole little, like, again, spoilers. The whole thing with the Emperor's like, favor. I was like, that just makes so much sense. And I mean, like, if for you guys, like specifically in this scenario, when you're put in a position like that, when like let's just say the president tells you, "Hey, I need you a favor. I need you to marry my daughter." I'm gonna be like, "Mr. President, I have a wife. I can't do that. I need you to marry my missus. Oh, it's on sight for you, my boy. You're my most loyal servant, my loyal soldier. Do as I say, or you're dead. I'm like, listen, wifey, I love you, but I love my life more. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to take an L grace for you. I'm sorry. Like, look, it's a test of loyalty, but it's not really a test. It's like, do you love your life that much that you're going to do a favor like that for that man, for the emperor? Me personally, knowing how piece of shit he is, I wouldn't. But as someone who was very loyal, who was there for him from beginning to end, I mean, he did what he had to do, and that's where we got to the events how they are now. That makes so much more sense to me. Like, if we didn't get this little bit of lore, I don't think it would have connected to me about how everything like made sense. Like with the side woman, which technically is not really the side woman, it's actually his actual wife, and the second wife. I was like, you know what? Wow,
I love
like that.
how at the beginning of this, what 4 or 5 episodes ago, I love how you're like, man, I don't give a shit about her. She needs to die. I don't give a shit about Lolan. I don't care about none of this shit.
I give a fuck about that shit. This girl about to die, bro. She GG.
Nah, bro, y'all been like staking her out.
I'm
like,
like,
damn.
I'm like, why do you hate her so much? I'm like, what did
No,
she
I
do?
was just my whole thing was that like I don't
You
know.
were pissed she was lying.
Yeah, she was
it.
like fake. Like it was like I don't know. I don't like that fake shit. I don't know. That's what I was on.
She's fake because of her fucking
played it
mom.
good for
Yeah, I know,
Susan.
but
I
like
think I just
that's
had the
why.
facade.
Like, can you blame me though?
No,
Nah,
yeah,
Like
we
now,
were
obviously
playing
it's
it.
different.
What, bro?
Obviously now it's different.
I feel like I always gave Lolan the benefit of the doubt because I knew there had to be more there. Like the way she acted is Sui Ren.
Shisui,
Soy sauce.
soy sauce.
Yeah,
Soy
like,
sauce. We'll go with soy sauce. The way she acted as the bug girl, as the Genki bug girl,
she's
I always
sweet. How
felt
did
that
you
was
forget
just
it?
her. I always just felt that was real,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like I
But Nate
felt
was
she
just caught on like
too
that she was lying,
Genki.
right?
Well,
Yeah, for
yeah, but
sure.
I don't know. I kind of always saw her as one of the group, and like I don't know,
See, at
man.
the beginning, you already knew, bro. We're
No,
talking about them.
no. I'm saying this in the novel before I knew. I
Okay.
kind of always just I kind of always liked her. I was always curious, I was like, oh
For sure,
wait,
for
what's
sure.
going on here? But even then, I never was like, oh, I don't give a shit what happens, or I was like, I'm like, why is she doing this? Like, it's kind of where I was at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it didn't ever feel like she wanted to do this,
Yeah.
like to me anyway. But I don't know.
Well, you get more words, right? And the anime it portrays
Sure.
something different, right? So
I
that's
don't know.
that's
I
the
don't think in the
difference.
anime. I don't think it felt like she
A
wanted to
little.
do it in the anime either.
Like I'm just saying in the context of anime onlys, right?
Sure, for
Some
sure,
scenes
for
would be
sure.
sus, and then that's why it's fine. Either way, yeah,
I was
I
just
get
sus of
it.
her
Some
from the
people felt
beginning,
like that.
honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's all.
It was more so with just how she like popped up, and then like
Oh yeah, because
she was never really like someone like I felt like I could trust, like right, like I don't know, it was just for the longest time.
We're all suspicious of her because
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
she was moving a little shiesty. We don't fucks with that. Like like why
Yeah.
why you gotta act like that? It's not until you get to the end of the season that you understand of it. But that's the whole point of it. We got a character, we just don't know what's going on with her, so we're going to assume the worst because there's no
Yeah.
positives that we're getting from her at that moment, of course. And that's the beauty
Oh,
of Apothecary Diaries. You're gonna get a character that we don't know nothing about. A lot of people we don't know nothing about, and they're all connected somehow, some way. We just won't know until the future. And what I'm thinking about right now for the future is what you guys have been telling me, off the binge about like, how Jinshin's gonna change as a person. I'm very worried now, low key, now that he's
Oh
in
yeah, he has
combat,
to.
a hardened now,
Yeah.
a veteran, in the ways of warfare and violence.
Now
I'm
that he's
very,
at the
very worried now.
forefront, like he has to obviously carry himself. Like I think even in this episode, someone, I forget who it was exactly, but someone said like, "Oh, things are going to be different between you and her now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
hit him
yeah,
with
I think it was
Gaoshun.
Bassin, right? Who was talking to Bassin?
No, it's Gaoshun. Yeah,
No, it was
that's
Gaoshun.
yeah.
Gaoshun is there, but Gaoshun didn't actually participate in the fighting because Basen was there. So Basen is the one escorting Jinchi. Gaoshun
Is it because
is
he
at
don't
the
see his
camp
father
with-
fight, or
No. Okay, Gaoshun is the older one.
yeah?
Gaoshun is at the camp with Lahan and Lakan.
Yep.
He never went to fight. He's still at camp. Basen and Lihaku are Jinshi's guards.
And another guy.
I
And
understand what you're
Rikurusu.
saying right now to me. I know exactly what you're saying right now. That makes so much sense. Okay.
No, this episode was really good
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
Like the scene with Mao
Really good.
Mao and like some of the inner, like what she was saying to herself, like reaching out like multiple times as we saw.
That was so sad.
You know, that's like we don't see Mao Mao. Like that's how you can tell that this is how
I
much
don't
she
care.
cares. Like
I don't care, but I want to care.
we don't see Mao Mao get like
Yeah.
this really ever, right? So like
100%.
that's something that like definitely stood out to me was that scene. Obviously the reunion, we all talked about Jinshi and her like
True.
the armor. Yeah, there was a lot of good content in this episode.
Really good.
For sure. And just I'm curious, it sucks. We gotta wait like what 2 weeks or like
Next
Yeah,
week
we
we
do.
don't have the next episode. We got
Yeah.
how they blew balls like that. Like, come on,
Yeah.
man, I need my fix. I need more Apothecary Diaries.
For real.
For
For
sure.
I
real.
will come back. I'll just say my final thing. I will come back to the voice actress of Mao Mao in a future anime, and I think you guys know where I want to go with this, but I'm gonna come back to her in a specific minute.
But
This guy.
anyway,
Anyways, Shoshomin time. Because, oh my
Shoshinen, finally for the past
Shoshime!
couple of weeks, it's been kind of a snore fest.
Damn.
good
Well, I
episode.
do not agree. But
Bro, you
Fair enough.
binged it. It's different.
look for me. Look, I did, and I binged this case, and it was awesome, man. Look, I did hear from you guys that like kind of like I guess the spoiler in a way, because Reddit people were kind of figuring out, which it was obvious too, that the nurse, aka the freaking person that did the hit and run, but also was there. Like just all of that was crazy. Just how she was both. First of all, even just got in the hospital to drug this man to make him go to sleep every night so he wouldn't tell or like call a nurse so he can figure out like, oh, this nurse isn't even a real nurse. And like how our girl Osanai called it with a freaking like a voice recorder in the box, in the chocolate box. It was so cool. I was like, Osanai, once again, you're just out here, just one step ahead, always helping your boy. And just also this recent episode, the emotion that they finally got to see each other and talk was so
Yep.
cute. I was like, they missed each other.
That was like some of the
They were
most like I don't know, between them, like
Emotion-
the most
yeah.
normal, right? Like that we
Yeah,
like
to
that
be
was kind of
honest,
ordinary.
yeah.
That was kind of ordinary, you
It
know?
was.
Like that was like some real human emotion type shit, which was really nice for sure. Like that definitely stood out in the episode.
Yeah, that
But
was
keep
a
going.
good. I don't know.
No, I kind of cut you off.
No, you're good. No, I love that. No, you're right. That was definitely the most ordinary of the relationship, rather than just smirking at each other and kind of like playing these mind games and loving it. Like how we got to see like how they met and everything, how they were trying to figure out this other case about someone having a hit and run and stuff like that. I honestly was look, honestly throughout the whole case, I was thinking either the guy was gay and he was like trying to keep that on a low, or he had a girl that
see
he didn't
much?
want people to find out. But no, it was just a girl, which it
Yeah.
makes sense because they kept talking about like how he was on the outside of the road, just to usually what happens when guys do that to like kind of protect a girl from the road, from cars passing by. So I was like, okay, it's definitely a girl, but why is he trying to keep this a secret? Which we kind of still don't fully know. It's just we know he's from a different school, and then like that. So I'm like, oh, okay. And then she just, bro, I thought either the nurse was a sister of the girl or something, but just to find out that was her herself doing this, I was like, girl,
I
why
like
you going
with the signs that were
else?
there, I was sus of her. With like
Yeah.
how our dude kept like falling asleep and then like the name tag deal.
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Which I
Yeah.
didn't catch myself. I actually read it and like it was like one of the post episode discussions I was reading where someone like pointed it
makes
out,
sense.
and then I went back and looked. I'm like, oh wait, like that's usually something that nurses, doctors, like if you work in a hospital, you have like to recognize you. Also, like I think some people say it's like a thing like for like a patient or someone there to know that they can like trust you.
100%.
I guess right.
Yeah.
So like the fact that she didn't have that in that our boy kept falling asleep, like those were like
So
there was a couple
scary.
signs there. Like I was sus of her, but I was like I figured she was maybe going to be involved some way, but I did not think she was actually going to be the driver. Like I did not think that,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me that you were sus of her, and I was like, okay. Like
I do remember that.
you told
Yeah.
me You told me that you were sus of her because of some Reddit stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I was like, why are we sus of her though? Like, I
Me
was
too.
like in my head, I was like, it's not clicking. Like, why are we sus of her? And then when you told me after this episode, when we figured it out, it was her. And well, not you, but like they told me in the show why we should have been sus of her, and then you said, yeah, Reddit pointed out all that stuff. I was like, fuck, that's a good point. I didn't even clock any of that. I felt kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. But it was good.
It makes sense.
And also
It makes sense, yeah.
the fact that she was giving, like, this is another thing I saw pointed out, the fact that she was giving a patient like medicine or something like without their knowledge or their consent, like that's something you can't
Mhm.
do.
Well, we
Yeah.
also didn't know that was happening, right? We knew that now,
Yeah.
but we didn't know that then.
I guess for me too, like they kept putting in our faces the tags. I thought they wanted us to read it to know something about it, so it makes sense. They're literally putting it in your face that tags, the name tags, and then when they go to her, there's just nothing, and they never zoom in on her. Which, yeah, like, and that's why you every time with this series you gotta pay attention to every detail.
Yep.
It makes sense. I was just when I was binging, I'm like, why do they keep zooming in the tags? Like I was reading it and I was like, okay, this is what the guy is. Okay. But then with her, they never zoom in, but I didn't really clock it. I was just like, okay, she just, I guess she just has a bad attitude. That's all I know, because she just does not want this guy to go anywhere, which is a normal thing for if a patient wants to go to a certain area. I mean, that's fine. Like, what is she talking about
Yeah,
that
it's
after
good for
work
your
hours? I can't.
recovery, so
Yeah, exactly. So, and then also, like you pointed out before off the air, that he should have been gone. Like he should have been charged. Like
yeah,
been
that's
able
the
to go
thing
home
that
for better.
I was like, why
Yeah,
is he
Why
still
is he still
here?
here? Yeah.
I
and
said
it
it
makes it
during
because
the episode. Nate knows we were watching it together. I was like, for 5 minutes, I was like, why is he still in the hospital? He should be gone. He had a couple broken. He had a
yeah.
broken leg, broken arm. Not even like he had a couple bruised ribs. Why is he still in the hospital? Like I was freaking out. I was
It
like, it
makes
doesn't make no sense. He's been here like 2 weeks. Like, why is he still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Like,
she just tapped him, right, to make him still hurt or something. She said, "Yeah, usually you could just tap it a bit, and you could still feel a little hurt or something." And I was like, "Damn, you did all that while he's sleeping. While he's knocked out, you just tap him a bit or something just to still make him not able to go home yet." Like, damn,
Yeah,
evil.
that was really interesting because I literally the episode before we see anything, I was like, why is he still here, man? And then yeah, apparently it's because yeah, they've been designing it that way because they don't want him to leave. I was like, oh shit.
That's
Okay
crazy.
then.
Yeah, that
You know,
cliffhanger
another
was
thing I want
brutal
to.
too.
Oh, the
Oh
Dude.
cliffhanger.
shit. I
Oh,
mean,
with
we all know
Osanai with the
Osanai fucking knocked her out, right? Like it's
right. Or
like
blocked it or something. Osanai always ready. I love her. She is that. I wonder if she has the same hammer that she was carrying last case, or what is it she got this time?
fuck.
Like,
Dude, I'm afraid Osanai killed a bitch. I'm gonna be real. Osanai is
bro,
scary, dude.
yo,
Yeah, like just when you
Osanai
think
was
though,
business.
like she quickly reminds you just how like crazy she is, because even like the scene, like I got a kick out of it because because it was like a really heartfelt moment with them, like at the bedside or whatever, right, and them seeing each other again.
Mm-mm.
But then she like was talking about how like, oh, like I noticed, she said something, I think it was like, oh, like you were sleeping more than usual, so I like wiretapped the whole room or whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
she
Well, the box,
well,
the box,
oh yeah, the
yeah,
box,
the
yeah,
box.
she like, yeah,
so
like
you didn't
she's
realize it was a new
crazy.
box.
Yeah, so she's
Yeah.
crazy, man. Like
Well,
she
she's
just,
looking after her things. We
yeah,
talked
like
about it. Me
you,
and Gundam in one
that's
pod when you weren't here. That you just don't mess with Osanai's things, bro.
yeah.
True.
Like, nah. But
Get you a
also,
girl like
I want to ask a
Osanai,
question.
maybe.
No, for real. She's loyal. She's loyal though. You know, she was that she's a ride or die, 100%. You
Yeah.
know, she loves Kobatos, and it's adorable and kind of crazy though. They're not ordinary, 100%. You know, they're a
Nah, what
freaky
do you mean?
couple,
They're very
100%.
ordinary. That's the whole
Very,
show.
very, 100%. But you know, I had a question for you, Grim. You know, I remember last case. Well, since even the start of season 2, you were sus on the other girl that Kobato was with half of the season. How you feel, bro? Like, you know, her story wasn't that crazy, bro. You were sus on her. You were like, bro, I'm not.
What do
I
you
don't
mean? She was
know, bro.
cheating on him with 5 different guys. What do you
Or the
mean?
fucking
Look, but you
street,
think,
bro.
but
Fuck
bro,
that harlot.
she was for the streets, but that's it. You were thinking like it was something crazy. I'm like, bro,
It
no,
was crazy. 5 different dudes.
So you're saying
Well, it's
Neko
two. It was
fucking
two dudes. It
sleep
was
with 5
two
other
dudes,
guys?
actually.
Nah,
It was more
5
than
It
other
was only
guys
two.
is
It
okay?
was more than 2.
The
No, it was well,
audacity,
it was two.
bro.
Well,
It was
with him
2 that
added.
he found out about.
It doesn't mean she has
could
5. It
fucking
was
never,
2.
bro.
So
I
basically
could
3.
fucking never.
So, but yeah, but that's what I was thinking because I was like, I mostly the only thing I knew coming into the season was with the thing with Osanai and the other dude, which I knew he was gonna get done dirty. So that episode, I didn't
Oh,
know
it was so
specifically
good. It
what,
was so
but that
good.
episode was so good with how she degraded him so bad. She laughed at his face for all the stuff that, to be
She
honest,
said,
made
bro, you
sense.
are she said, bro, you stupid.
Obato is better. You are dumb. Give me back my mans. I can't deal with you. And
What
that
was
was
it,
so sad. So
She's
The
like,
whole
"You're
I never expected
embarrassingly
anything from you to
stupid."
begin with or whatever.
yeah, I
that
was like,
shit.
damn.
I couldn't be disappointed in you. I never expected
Yeah,
anything. It was
crazy.
like,
Like,
Disrespectful,
damn.
bro. Oh god.
And then our
Jeez.
boy comes back behind. He's like figuring out the whole thing, and she's like, ah, yes, this is what I needed.
She's like,
this is the guy.
why I like you.
For the straights. How dare
Nah,
she?
it's just I don't know. It was just really. I was thinking about it after this episode. I was like, yeah, Grim had like a big sus on her. Which I mean, I think we talked
God.
about later too that you were more worried for Osanai and the other dude because Osanai just had him under her thumb,
Oh,
or her
Osanai.
palm of her hand,
I was afraid Osanai was gonna destroy that boy, and she did.
and she
it was
did, and she did.
glorious.
It was glorious, but it was sad. That's all I
Look,
knew
It
from our
wasn't
other friend.
sad. It
It
was not
was to
sad.
be
It was
because look, he was
great.
just trying to be, the cool, he was trying to be like a
No,
detective,
he
right? He was
was
like,
trying to
"Oh,
do too
I
much,
got
and he got
this."
humbled. Look,
He did. He
I'm a
did.
big proponent that if you're gonna talk a big game, you better be prepared to get humbled, and you better take
Damn,
it in
he
stride
tried.
too. You
Why
better.
is he attacking me like that though? Like,
Queen,
damn.
Queen to be hero.
Oh, bro, what?
Oh,
Wait, what?
Oh,
Huh?
oh,
What? We'll
oh!
get to that
Stop,
later.
I didn't
stop.
hear what you said. What
That's
did you
messed
say?
up.
No,
That's
no.
messed
Oh,
up.
Queen.
That's
Anyways,
messed up.
anyways.
That's messed up.
But
That's messed up. That's messed up.
But for real,
Anyways.
like, I'm a big proponent of stuff like that. That's why, like, okay, look, I got a grating personality a lot of the time. I know some of y'all, get fed up with me occasionally, but like, hey, I know what's wrong with me. I know my faults, right? And that's what I feel like that you need to be able to like look at yourself and know that. And I feel like that dude, he was so cocky and arrogant. He didn't know that he was nothing. So he needed to be shown up. He needed to be put in his place. So yeah, it
He was
was
just trying to be a
glorious.
hero.
I didn't
He
feel
wasn't
bad.
him.
It was
He wasn't
glorious.
him.
But look, I'm just saying that's all I learned, and me and my friend, our friend Daiki, I was just like, no way, bro. He's like, yeah, that happens. I'm like, no, season 2 is about to be hurtful. But I wasn't
It
worried
was
about Kabato only because it
glorious.
drives the whole thing with that relationship with him and the girl, with him over analyzing why she didn't take a tomato too, was hilarious to me. I was like, damn, bro, it was that simple. She just didn't look, the menu didn't look good, so she didn't even. He's over here enjoying it. He's like, oh yes, you didn't like the tomato, and you just came here for the mushroom, so you took another option that wasn't the tomato because you don't like tomatoes. And she's just like, no, dude, the menu didn't look good. No, you're weird. You're weird. But I love that. That's what we love about him. He is so like over analytical, and he's just such a detective that he loves doing this stuff, and it gets him excited. So that's why in this case too, we see the backstory of him being that bad about it. Like he would
Oh,
ask
dude.
questions
Yeah.
to like, bro. He was kind of scary in a way. He would smile and smirk, and he's like, "Yes, tell me more. Tell me more. I'm getting it. The puzzle is puzzling. The connecting." But yeah, I don't know. It really shows you this whole case and just the season 2 how much of a great match Osanai and him are, and it's just they need to be together because no one else is gonna match their freak or even like I
Literally.
don't even know. Like yeah,
Like there's no
Osanai
one
is
else.
a
There's no one
vindictive-
else for either of them. Like,
literally.
literally.
Literally, so
Nobody can match their
Osanai's a
freak.
vindictive girl, and she'll get revenge if you don't like ask for permission for a kiss, or if you look at her while you are running her over and don't apologize or whatnot. She'll get revenge somehow. So, yeah, I really do. I think next week is our last episode, so I'm gonna be sad seeing it end because I really did enjoy this whole series overall, and I'm gonna miss these characters for sure.
Good
I
stuff.
loved it. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
Very
But now this
fun.
episode, it really makes me almost want to rewatch the last couple episodes to pick up all the stuff because It was really good.
Oh, that's what I was, because Neko was saying that she like binged the like couple episodes
This
of the
case, yeah.
So like I
Mhm.
feel like this in particular, I feel like it benefits more from that. Like this whole case
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
for sure. Like compared to watching it
For
week
sure.
by week.
Because
Uh
week by week, it felt like a bit of a drag. I'm gonna be
yeah.
real.
No, parts of it for sure.
We didn't
That's
talk
fair.
much about SHOSHIMIN at all the
Yeah.
past
Mhm.
couple weeks, and it was just because honestly, like watching the episodes, I was like,
I mean, that was kind of the same way with the previous case too. We didn't really talk about Shoshimin
True.
much until the episode that we just talked about, where she literally
True.
destroyed the one dude. So
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think
crazy.
you guys were talking about that actually. That was a while ago too.
yeah,
And we did. We did. Me and Grim, because Nate wasn't
like
here
this
in that
episode
episode. So
and
yeah.
that episode are the 2 times we've talked about Shoshimin the most. Like honestly,
Yeah, literally.
which makes
A
sense. It's
couple
valid.
Yeah.
times at the
Yeah.
beginning when we were like, I'm sus of that girl, or I'm sus of that dude, or
Mhm,
I'm
mhm.
afraid of what's gonna happen. But no, I mean, I
Yeah.
think SHOSHIMIN's a really good one. You know, guys, recommend if y'all want to binge it,
100%.
binge a case at a time. You know,
Mhm.
it's really good.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mm.
I think we
But
can move on.
Isekai,
moving on,
guys.
we got some isekai, some out of the world stuff. You know, speaking of
Woo!
speaking of out of
I
the
would like to put
world,
my hat in the ring since I only have one thing to talk about in this category, if you guys don't mind.
Go ahead.
Say.
yeah, go ahead, brother. What's up?
All right,
Say.
our last Crusader Rise of the New World, right? Things are getting very interesting, and going back to the topic that on hand I was talking about with Apothecary, right? So the first 2 things I'll mention before I explain what happened in the episode is this show honestly did not need to wait fucking 9 months for this animation difference because I don't see an animation difference at all anymore, and
I think
unfortunately,
it went back.
I think
it
they
went
didn't
back.
do shit, and I feel so upset because even me watching it with the animation how it is, it's like the story is still ass. I want to love it because it has its moments where it gets funny, but it's not powerful enough where it's like, yeah, it's 10 out of 10. I recommend it. Nah, I'm kind of like, fuck, bro. Like I'm holding on for dear life, but I'm being very critical of it because it's like at the end of the day, like it was something I loved, and I feel like it's kind of like it ages with wine kind of thing, but the opposite. It didn't age better with time. It actually got worse for me, and I'm so upset about that.
So it aged like milk.
Yeah, and I'm very upset about that because I want to love it, but I'm not even liking it anymore, and I'm really upset because the characters are nice. There is a story for sure, and it has so much potential to like get into something more serious, but it chooses the wrong moments to get serious and to make it funny, which kind of sucks. And what kills it even more is the animation aspect. Because back in the day, for the first season, it was good. Second season, it's kind of like I don't even care. It was good. Then they waited fucking 9 months to like or whatever amount of time it was to make it even more of the same shit. Like I don't really care for it. Like that was my first thing. And the second thing is, the voice actress who plays, the main character Alice, Sora Amamiya. Unfortunately for her, this is gonna be the last time where she plays a character where we're gonna remember her as, something really good. Because from here on out, for next season in the anime community, she is going to get shit on just like how Mao Mao, Mao Mao's voice actress got shitted on. For those who don't know, and I'll just say it real quick, when Rent a Girlfriend first season came out, everyone shitted on the voice actress who played Mami because everyone hated her. I guess like the manga was still ahead of the game. I wasn't reading the manga at the time, but everyone was shitting on her so hard, sending her death threats and bad things, saying that she's a bad person for playing this character. And I didn't understand at the time why. Like I thought she was a decent character at the very least. But lo and behold, people
Wait, are
stopped
you
caring
trying to
about Rent
say
a
you
Girlfriend, whatever.
understand it now?
I understand it now for this character going forward for Chirisu, because it's like everyone does not like her at all. So I best believe
Even
this
manga-wise,
voice
people don't.
actress. Yeah, no, it's a 180 now. So it's like, no, they don't hate the antagonist. They're gonna hate the protag now for season 4. They're gonna shit on this VA so hard, and it's not even her fault. She's just playing a character. She's just voicing an actor and actress. And I'm just saying this in advance. For somebody who has seen the for the other perspective of the other people, if you don't like a voice actress or a character, keep that to yourself. You don't have to go crazy and like do
They're
those
people. They're
Trash the
actors,
character,
literally
like,
actors.
yeah, don't
Right,
trash
like,
the
that's
person
crazy.
behind it.
It's not that deep, my boy. They're just doing it for a job. Like if you like it, cool. If you
Literally.
don't, you can hate it, but don't go putting threats like I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna like like set up bombs here. I was like or stalk. Don't stalk. There are things you can do and don't do. Don't be a weirdo. Don't be weird about things. Just like, if you don't like it, drop it and move on. You can talk about how you don't dislike it and all that for sure. Make the community agree, but that's as far as you go. Leave it at that. You find better and move on. There are other things they also work on too, by the way. It's not just that one anime. They also work on other projects. So just I learned about a lot of these voice actors and voice actresses from Rent a Girlfriend, believe it or not. So finding out that these voice actresses played other animes, I was like, oh, that's so great. It's cool. And seeing that they've fucking done a tremendous job in those other animes. Kudos to them. I feel bad for
jobs, guys. Come on.
Yeah, it's just a job. It's not that deep. I feel so bad for this girl because Alice is gonna be the best thing that she's played, unfortunately, which is not saying much for the season going onwards for the rest of the year, because I don't know what else she could fucking play that's gonna make her come up, because right now she's gonna go straight down. I feel so bad. Yeah, I'm not liking this anime anymore, and I want to so badly, but I mean, if they don't pick up with this story, all I'm gonna say is Alice told the queen now that it's the Hydra family that's taking over. She couldn't believe it. Iska is still trying to find Sisbel and everything, where she is located, whatever. They're trying to go undercover, go into safe houses, trying to hide around from the Empire and all that. Iltir is acting a little etchy, but also playing both sides. I want to destroy sovereignty, but at the same time, I love don't touch my family or else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next episode's gonna be a little more interesting. And I really want to love it, but it's dying for me. The only best thing that I've seen so far out of this whole fucking show is the etchiness I've seen in episode 4 when it came back. Episode 5, I love that shit. Bring that shit back. We want more of that. Otherwise, bro, I could care less about where the story is going. I really don't care. It is what it is. But yeah, that's it for me for Last Crusade.
Anybody else got any honorable mentions? I feel like, dude, this week was pretty whatever for Isekai. I mean, usually, I feel like most weeks has been the way.
Sorry, boss man. Your Isekai was mid.
All right, wait. I got that. Unaware
Unaware Altair Meister.
It ended, and that's all I can say.
No.
It ended, and that's it.
Bossman also wanted me to shit on the healer one, which is crazy because he made us watch that. Anyway,
stop forcing us to watch anime we don't want to watch, boss man.
Oh yeah, what did he want to specifically?
Also, Bossman dead, so he's dead. Oh, he said it's okay.
He said. Oh my god, they had the thing where it was the mentor again doing the bad thing? What the fuck?
Crazy.
Oh my god, I can't believe they did this shit again.
Bro,
With the voice, what the fuck?
So anyway,
Bossman, I'm
I
sorry.
cannot wait till he
I
hears
didn't know that was your voice.
Oh my god, bro.
Okay, all right. Well.
Wait, yo, I'm the evil lord of Intergalactic Empire. Once again, it's fun. He found a golden box, bro.
Doggo saves the day.
Doggo saves the day, bro. Found a sword and cut up a dude made of adamentite, apparently. And bro got deep throating this shadow creature thing.
Yeah, the sound effect there was crazy, bro. That was it was grapefruit techniquing out here, man. That was that was
what
insane.
You kids know about the grapefruit technique. Let me stop.
What do you know? What do you know about it, bro? I mean,
well.
I think there's enough dojins out in the world for us to know what we're talking about here.
Dojins? Oh, that was live action, brother.
Crazy. No, it was another fun episode. A lot of it again was pure like the previous. It wasn't as much as the previous episode with just all space battle, but a lot of it was, which I really liked. I liked the scene in particular where they all kind of focused on the one part of the shield or whatever, the barrier to break it so Liam could get through. I like that part. But then also just Liam showing no mercy, right? There was 2 times in this episode with Goes and then the other dude with no eyes where they were begging for their lives, and he just cuts the one dude, he cut off his head, and then he also killed Goes. That was what you want, what you expect, what they deserve, especially Goes, right, for what he's done. But yeah, just the fact that he wasn't going to give in and that he wasn't going to give them another chance. I don't think they deserved another chance whatsoever, especially Goes. So to see him get dealt with in that way was very satisfying. You know, something we've been waiting for. I wish our one girl could have been there to see him do it, but it is what it is. That would have been something. But she was also out here again, much like the previous episode. We're seeing just how crazy she is, and apparently she's the most tame, from what Grem was saying, out of she's like the most tame out of that, or whatever, the other soldiers or whatever that he has, or that he's gonna have eventually. I think that's what you said, Grem, something like that.
Yeah, he has 2 of his like his royal guard essentially,
Mhm.
and she's definitely the tame one.
And with how she's been showcased in these 2 episodes, I'm just like, man, what are these other ones gonna be like if that's the case?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, this episode was fun once again, though. Like I said, very satisfying too to see Goes get what he, deserved. Some nice lines from Liam in here as well, because Goes is like saying like, oh, like, I'll give you whatever you want. I'll give you like all my treasure, blah blah blah. And then Liam's like, dude, like no matter what, I'm already gonna be taking this shit. Like it doesn't matter what you say or do. I'm killing you and I'm taking all your shit. like what are you gonna do? Like you can't do anything to stop me, essentially. Some badass scenes from Liam too, like when he was pulling out his sword, like the quick flash thing or whatever the hell it's called. Yasushi. I said it during the episode. I was like, Yasushi would be proud, man. Like, it's so crazy how that whole thing happened, right? With Yasushi just bullshitting, and then he actually just genuinely became just OP in that way.
Okay, I have this theory on why it happened. What I think it is that this is a world where everybody lives like 1,000+ years, so they don't take like the short term seriously. They kind of like bullshit in the short term.
Mhm.
Liam comes from a world where he died at 40. Like 40 was like middle age, like your middle age, like
Yeah.
so like he's taking this very seriously, like, and he's only like 40 right now. Like he's taking it seriously, and he has been taking it seriously since he was a teenager.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's just putting in so much more effort, but he's pulling the Saitama, dude.
He's on like
doing the
4
100
times speed
push-ups.
type shit, like in terms of his
Basically,
progression.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's like a big factor. I think that people kind of discount, or maybe people haven't noticed, but I think that's just what it is. Like I feel like he takes it so much seriously than anybody else, and it's purely because he came from a place where, I mean, being able to live for this long is bonkers, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, he is that guy. I don't know how and he comes up with all these extra things in his head to try to explain how this dude who is clearly deceiving and lying to him because he wants to give him the benefit of the doubt. Liam is such an idiot, but it's like it's beautiful in how it's done. I love it.
Yeah. That was another good episode for sure. Fun
Sure.
time. Beginning after the end, episode 11, did we want to like really touch on that much, or like is there anything you
Roxy
wanted to
joins
say?
the party. Roxy and
Oh, the Jasmine. Okay, I remember now. There.
and
Anyways, me.
Oh, she finally
Roxy-
talking her shit. Okay.
Roxy and Rudy are about to take off on a journey together. You know, they've always wanted to go clear a dungeon together. Now they're gonna go do it in a different anime. It's good.
Well, he cleared her dungeon, alright. We already know
Oh,
that. So,
Hey,
anyways,
yo.
Well, that
Ah.
not in this anime though. He would never. Nah.
But in
Anyway,
another
I
anime-
really honestly don't have much to say about the
Yeah, agreed.
Me
about
neither.
the episode.
So, yeah. Anyways,
The
we're gonna keep
rom-com-
going
Also,
to rom-coms.
There is one thing.
Oh,
I'm
what's up?
sorry. It got
Yeah, go
announced
ahead.
for. We could maybe talk about this real quick if
Oh,
y'all want.
season 2.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yeah.
Dog
Are we
water
there,
again for
boys?
season
Are we
2?
there?
How
Yes,
the
sir.
this
I'm
and
there.
how this and Ninja Kamui? How the hell, bro?
Literally. No.
Ninja
Okay,
Kamui
no,
is
but you don't
season
understand.
3?
Look. Hear me out.
How?
Hear me out.
Ninja Kamui was
If Shield Hero
dog.
gets a season 2, I deserve a season 2 for my shitty.
You know what? That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. You know
I
what?
guess.
Shield Hero after season 1 got 2 seasons announced. I don't want to hear nobody fucking talking. That shit was dog.
I mean, Winter Gover got 4 seasons, bro. Like, it's still ongoing. I don't want to hear anything either.
Dude,
I can't say
it's
shit.
just, oh man, there's so many other series out here that it's like, where's the sequel for that? Like, it's just nowhere to be found. And then like,
What was that meme that came out recently
Meanwhile,
where it's
2
like
more
Fearing
seasons,
season 2, but it's like Bad House. It's like talking about One Punch Man still hasn't been released in another anime, but
No
fucking
Game, No
Fearing
Life.
season 2 comes
I'll be honest.
Yeah, no Game, No Life.
And no
Yeah.
Gala,
One
yeah.
Punch Man, hear me out. One Punch Man doesn't need more. I'm gonna be real. I'll be
I
that
mean,
guy.
since it changed from Madhouse, like season 2 still had fun bits, but like, we don't have to go all into
Yeah.
this. But like,
Yeah.
there it's
don't even
just I
remember
don't
watching
know.
season 2.
Season 2 of this gets announced, like probably not going to change the studio, or like I would be surprised if they
Hey, the
did.
story is
is
there
crazy.
though. Just believe in me. The story's
Bro,
there.
I mean, I hope so, man.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know. I don't know, man.
Let
We'll
my
see.
boy cook.
I did
let
want to
my boy
mention that
cook.
though, because that did happen in between
That
this
did
episode
happen.
and last
I
episode.
saw a
did.
certain creator make a rage bait post about it. He's so mad about it. I was like,
All I s-
I'm like, man, normally I'm on your side, but you can't rage post my series, all right?
all I heard was like the author was like, "Yeah, guys, you know, it's gonna get better and better from here on out." Yes,
Yeah, dude.
sir. I
I'm
was like,
with
"All right,
him.
Turtle. Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Turtle me. I believe in Turtle me. I believe.
All right, Turtle. All right."
Maybe him, like
Well.
whatever, but like the people that are working on this or the circumstances beyond that, like I do not believe in that one bit.
Yeah,
Like
no,
maybe the author's cooking
Alright.
writing wise, but we'll see.
The author is-
I actually have a quote from the creator. I know I posted about it. I'm thinking about it now. It's been an eye-opening experience being part of such a large endeavor with Crunchyroll.
Yeah, that's what he
Topless,
said,
and
yeah.
ACAT. Yeah. Striving for growth has been a major focus for us, and I hope to see the hard work put into the next season bear fruit. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, and they'll
So
probably
maybe-
they'll probably just freaking like they did literally episode
Outsource
episode
everything.
episode 1 or episode 2 was just
Yeah.
outsourced off the rip. Like
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the sign right there that this was just not like there was no hope. I mean, there was really no hope from the
Well,
beginning,
we have
animation
faith.
wise.
We have faith.
But
We have
like
faith.
no, watch. They say that in the first episode of the new season gonna be outsourced again, bro. Like
Even
So
more
anyway,
slideshows.
bitch
Insane.
watch. You feel me?
but really I
No,
don't like
that-
I don't know how much worse it like honestly, I would rather them like
Don't say
me,
that.
No,
It
me
could
and
get much
Grem
worse.
No, me and Grem talked about this. I would rather this whole series season 2 it just all be CGI. That would be better. It would
Give
honestly
me
be better.
Studio Orange. Give it to me.
Like honestly, I would be fine with CGI. Like at least it would be freaking moving. Okay,
Honestly, I would take.
God
I would take
damn.
Studio Orange. I'm not gonna front. Studio Orange.
yeah, I mean they like I would be more than happy. Like what the hell?
Right?
Like they do
You
they
feel
do
me?
they literally do the best CGI. So,
Exactly. Give me
They're
Studio
busy. They're
Orange.
busy with Leviathan. You know. We
But I
don't.
would- no,
man.
I would
They're
I would
also
even take
busy.
I would take a mid-level studio in terms of like CGI. Like honestly, like
100%.
like the studio that
Give me
did like Neko probably knows Babuki Baranki.
Yeah, those are great. Those
Yeah,
are
like
good.
I would be fine with that. Like even the CGI we saw in the Bumpkin anime from this season, like if it looked like that,
No,
like,
literally,
yeah.
for sure. Bumpkin
I
been
would
kind of
take
killing
that.
it with that CJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we're
Yeah.
talking about mid studios, let's talk about better studios that have been cooking about goddamn gourmet meal this season with the rom-coms, guys. We got
Yes,
talk about
sir.
rom-coms. Any honorable
Alright.
mentions?
Wait a second. Witch Watch episode was sick as hell. We got
Yes,
our
sir.
boy. We got to learn about our boy being a figure skater. He came in. He saved some lives, and then he betrayed us. He stabbed us in the heart. He threw us in. He threw us into a portal, and then we get the reveal that he's a familiar all along. He slicks back his hair like a badass, stands up as a werewolf, and he goes, "You're mine."
We've
I was
been
like, bro,
bamboozled.
that was sick.
Bamboozled.
I'm gonna be
This
real.
is-
I had this episode ranked at like a 7.5 and 8. This shit happened, bro. 8.59.
No, the end was
Easy.
pretty high. End
It
was
was
high.
so good.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's it. And look, like I explained earlier, like last week, this is why like all the future, like the past stuff has been rearranged to better fit. So because they wanted to end it on this note with this arc, which has been great. Because he was a lot of stuff that he was already supposed to be introduced before that were added that they had to be rearranged and kind of cut him off. So yeah, I'm excited that we get to see Keigo / Wolf and Keigo. They're my favorite characters, so I'm really excited to see with this arc. Yeah, that reveal was awesome, and also just even the reveal of like Neko being a really strong witch, right? Like she's actually that like legendary witch that has that like 1,000 spells and like she's just a 1,000th witch apparently, right? So yeah, that was awesome. That I really did love this episode for the setup of this arc where we were kind of hinted at in episode 1 with the raindrops and dogs. It's
Yeah.
finally happening. What's going to
It
happen?
feels
Why
like
why did
so
Keigo
long
do
ago.
this? Yeah, for real.
Yeah, like I feel like they introduced that like at the beginning of the freaking series. And, like here we are.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this episode. The next episode, the Witch Watch is consistently a good time. I recommend it. People do it for sure.
Watch me do magic. Yeah.
Crash,
I don't got nothing to say about Shiunji.
Let's get. I mean, if there's no more talk about.
I know
Witch Watch,
Crash
then
wants to talk about Shiunji
I
family.
want to fucking talk
I know,
about the Shiunji family tree because this was my
That
episode
kiss
of the
was
week.
dog shit.
Okay. Listen, I wanted to say right now, I need my copium because I was talking so much great things about Rent a Girlfriend, and then the manga took a 180 and fucking shit all over me. My co-hosts were fucking dogging me all
Yes,
this
sir.
time. I cried at work so hard. My boss looked at me like, "What? Were you good?" I'm like,
Wait,
"I might need
what?
to take a whole ass vacation, bro." Because my boy right now, Reggie, is fucking trolling me so hard right now, and I have hope for the future, guys. I know. Everyone's like, watch Family Children, bro. It gets better. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And what happens? My boy got a kiss on the damn lips. Fucking 10 out of 10. That's what we like to see, sir. And he was waiting to see that
Non-consensual,
shit.
by the way.
Who the fuck
It was
cares? Still got a kiss
non-consensual.
on the damn lips, but a pink-haired tsundere. We here
Alright,
for
did
it.
he
Boy,
just say, who the fuck
sue
cares?
me.
Yo, somebody call me too. Get this fool out of here.
We got some competition, lads. I like to see it. I needed this. So I'm sorry that Apothecary wasn't my number one. This was my number one because of the damn kiss. It's better than the fucking kiss from last week with fucking Boy Girl, but we'll get into that in a minute.
Wow.
Honestly, was better. Yeah, I agree.
Damn.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It can be consensual, but we like that more than the fucking sleeping in the middle of the night.
Of course, dude was awake too.
Had to be.
And I wonder
Had to
how
be.
much he
It's-
heard of all the stuff
made
she
sure
was saying.
come
Like, did she hear all of it? Like, or did he hear all of it? Or was it just like the tail
He
end?
had
like,
to have. He had
I
to
think
like.
or it was like once she like kissed him, was that like kind of what woke him up?
Woke
Or
him
like
up.
I don't even know.
I have never met anybody in my life that has been so fucking knocked out that they don't feel a kiss on their lips, bro. I'm sorry. I just, it's not realistic. It's really not. You're gonna wake up to something like feeling in your lips, like, what the fuck is it? Oh, it's a whole ass person. Bet. Okay, cool. What's going on? Things get really spicy for me or not.
When I'm knocked out, I'm knocked out. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. I would definitely not woken up. So I don't blame him.
I
if he did.
bet you I know someone who wants to try that.
You know what? We're gonna continue to a can a boy girl relationship last?
Can we speak on
Okay.
that? This shit is ass, bro. Fucking nothing happens still. And again,
Abyss fiction, Nate.
I want to drop it, and the only reason why I did it is the fucking brother, bro. The only bro. The side character, what was her name? Ray? She's not. There's no chance for her now, for sure. There is no fucking chance. I'm fucking sick of this shit, bro. At the very end of the anime was where I thought things might take a turn because they were talking serious for fucking once. They actually dropped their shit. They're like, okay, we're gonna have to drop this. I'm gonna go to fucking, Tokyo. You're gonna have to go, take care of your own other business. We gotta let each other go. And if we come back in the future and we realize we still like each other, bro, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. Can a boy girl survive their friendship? No, the fuck they can't, bro. No, the fuck they can't. And even if they did, why the fuck should I bother? Because it's not about me, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. You're not cute enough for me to care. MC's fucking dog water. He's a whole ass break, bro. There's no fucking sex. The kiss was weird as fuck. Bro, there wasn't even good edgy shit in this. I'm tired of the fucking bullshit. I want to drop it. But the only reason why I want to drop it is because the brother is the goat.
No, let him spit. Let him spit. Let him spit.
Wait, I want to mention one thing. Look, the only sad thing I guess will say that I know some people on Twitter have been talking about that they won't cover the next volume apparently, where it's a beach episode. So I just want to tell you that
Crash.
Apparently it's gonna be sad.
He took off the glasses.
He took
out.
So So anyway,
No.
Aharen-san.
You're not gonna get off. You're not gonna get off
Right,
with
right,
this,
no,
Gremlin.
no.
This shit is
They
abyss.
have to say it.
This shit is
Talk
abyss
all the shade
fiction.
about Rent a Girlfriend, bro.
This is
shit was
terrible.
dog
This
water.
whole
I'm
plot
sorry. At least
line.
Rent a Girlfriend will make you smile.
This
sometimes.
whole this
I mean,
whole plot line.
Aharen-san, we had this episode.
This whole
where they
plot
started doing a
line with
musical.
Kuriha
It
or
was
whatever her
really
name
fucking
is.
cool, dude. It was
This
so
whole
cool. They
plot
started
line.
singing. They
No,
started just
you're not getting
randomly
off. You're
breaking
not getting
these
off like this, bro.
songs.
Yeah, please,
You've been
Started
defending. You've
randomly
been
breaking
defending
through the
this
song.
garbage.
Yeah,
You've been
you-
defending
you've
that.
been
You're
repping
not.
this.
You
lot
can't
of
dodge
fun,
this.
time and
honestly.
time again, bro.
We got them
care.
singing at us.
You
for
cannot
no
dodge
reason.
this, bro.
Nah.
Of
This
course,
man's
our
cooked
this,
today. This
of
man
course,
is cooked
our
today. I'm
boy
sorry.
just always be falling.
Boy
into the
Girl
trap.
is abyss fiction. The whole
Abyss
plot line,
fiction?
the whole plot line with Kuriha, it is
the smell of
forced
flowers,
drama,
made her more refined.
two
That's
brain
what I'm
dead
gonna give
characters.
this shit an 8 out of 10 on week 12 when we do our tier list. I'm gonna be so pissed at
She
you.
was
Oh
acting
god.
100%.
Rion, the
100%.
Rion girl, literally
That's
needs
the
to
real-
leave this
that's the
series and
real
find herself
stuff.
into another one. She does not deserve to be with these
Man,
two
She deserves
brain
so much
dead
better, bro.
main
She deserves so much more
characters.
better.
Yeah, it
Then
is
we
so
had
bad.
Oh my
It is
god.
so
boy
bad.
been acting like a prince.
It
They
is so
gave off
bad,
a
bro.
whole vibe.
Abyss
that they
fiction.
couldn't
How did I
touch.
watch
Look at
this long?
Sergeant Paul and be like, damn, you know what,
Hey,
man?
I'm telling
I
you,
mean,
let me
no.
tell you.
Hey, I get it. I get it.
Like the whole student body.
I would
want
to avoid it too.
I think he's repeating the same thing.
I would want to avoid it too.
It's
It's so bad. It is so bad.
It's so
All right.
bad. Look,
So next we
Aharen-san's
got
not here.
Stop
Aharen-san.
watching this shit.
Aharen-san. Well, apparently
I
there was
know.
a Kaiji reference that people, of course, if you
Fucking
know, you
mad,
know.
bro.
Whoa,
Oh.
what?
Guys,
Oh,
I want to make Grem and mad. This shit was mid as
Oh.
fuck. I do not want to see a fucking not comedy, a musical. If I want to see a fucking musical, I'll go to Broadway. So I go watch over there, bro. I did not want to see a Aharen-san dance. Fucking, I didn't want to see the MC. I forgot his name, Reggie. I want to see him fucking. Bro, there was nothing interesting in the slightest, and there was no romance. There was no cool. They was doing something together as a couple, but that was it.
Favorite episodes, bro. This shit was so fun.
No, I enjoyed this
it
episode
was so good, dude.
with the
It was
musical
so
stuff.
dope.
The,
Yeah.
like their VAs were just like you could just tell like how much fun they were having for
They
sure.
were having so much fun.
Yeah.
No, I can't even lie. The animation too, like the second time when like they were like doing it, where they're like kind of like glossy and like their eyes, they reminded me of Gundam low key. I don't know from which one, but the animation was like, damn, this low key reminds me of Gundam. They're like, or even no, not Gundam, Eva. I don't know why. It's just some kind of mech anime I just seen not too long ago, and I'm kind of like, damn, this animation style looks so familiar.
No, some of
and I'm
the
just
the
like,
style it was like some Code Geass, like a older like
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was like an
I just didn't- I
older
put my finger
style.
on it.
yeah.
It was shoujo art.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah,
it was like
thank
the
you.
clamp or whatever the name of the
Fucks with that. I love to see it. You just can't go wrong with those kind of art with like animation styles. Honestly, like
Yeah,
kudos
and
to them. Like I was like, I like this a lot. Don't change this, please.
And I love how everybody else was like they were kind of getting into it as well in some of the scenes.
The guy girl's like, what the fuck is going on? Why everyone dancing and shit? Like weirdos, I'm out of here.
And Crash
And they
was
played
saying
the game of life, which was a lot
yeah,
of fun.
the game of life. They had the Kaiji references, man, which they nailed
The
them perfectly.
bro.
Like the pointy ass nose, and then like the despair, because that's like a thing with Kaiji is like the despair that the MC goes through. So like we
I'm
saw
not
our
gonna
boy
lie.
Rido, we saw our boy like in despair, and just the way they did that. I wish they would have had like the sound effect, because the thing with Kaiji is like you hear like the Zawa, 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 and they did not do that. I wish they would have, but they still nailed it for the most part, I would say.
No, this
We
this
got-
IG reference had me like, yo, Nate, we need to watch this because I want to watch this.
Yeah.
So,
It's so good, man. It is so
Yeah.
good. And
Are we
Crash, you
gonna
were
talk
saying
about the confession?
Crash. I was about to say you said there was no romance unless you were talking about between the main two.
I was fucking with you guys. I loved it.
Okay. I was about to say
just wanna
this.
get mad. No. We're not gonna speak about the confession.
Yeah, we had
Like,
that confession. That was like the cherry on
yeah.
top, of the episode.
I was not expecting it. I was expecting it from Mitsuki, the tall girl with the orange hair from the previous episode. I was expecting it from her. I knew they have feelings for each other. I don't know the name of the two characters, the guy and the girl. But the way they went about it, it left me a little to be desired. To be honest with you.
I told you, bro.
is the brown girl into the dude, and that's why he's not Like, what's going on there? Like, I don't know.
I don't know, but I was talking about it in a previous episode. The festival, or no, the racing, whatever they're doing, like the school festival, whatever, the school sports day, whatever.
Yeah.
She was upstairs in the rooftop with him, and they had a moment together. And me, as a rom-com guy, I'm like, I think she likes him, or he's into her, and he's just not giving her the time of day. There was just a connection I felt, but ever since that episode, they never interacted like that at all. They were just doing their own thing.
Well,
So
I think they specifically were avoiding each other, right?
I mean,
And then
we'll never know now, because it's like we only got
also-
another episode left.
And also, Homeboy was hanging around. Like, he kept looking out for the new girl, not new. I guess the new girl, kind
The
of.
Gyro girl.
Yeah, the Gyaru. So I kind of felt like maybe he caught something for her, and I know he's got. I know she. I don't know.
Ishikawa. I had to look it up in my Ishikawa.
It feels like there's a whole ass love like rhombus happening over there. While our two main characters
Love
are
was
over
a
here
wizard.
just together, just to get like, and then like the other friends. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if Tall Girl wants to get with the boy. I don't think the boy. I think
With
Tall
both of
Girl
them.
wants to get with the Gyaru.
With the girl.
I think Gyaru wants to get with the boy, and I think the girl wants to get with the boy, and I think the boy is just there.
And then the teacher wants to get, or the old teacher wants to get with both of our main characters.
And then,
Stop.
and the young teacher wants to get with the old teacher.
Oh yeah, I seen. I seen some spicy shit low key when they were dropped for drinks. I was like, oh, I see where you swing, lady. Okay.
I'm curious, man. I want another season of this announced like yesterday.
Nah,
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, this episode was a blast though. Like the references, the musical bit.
It was so
Yeah, even the
It's a
end, like the
shame.
confession part, the game of life stuff. It was all around.
Game
It
of
was.
dude.
It was great.
It's a
I
shame that like I don't feel the same way for the grading that I did back in the day. Season 1 just hit for me in a way that I just can't explain. But season 2, I leaves. I don't know. Just I want a little bit more, and I didn't get a little bit more. Maybe we might get another final 2 episodes, one final episode. I don't know, but it's not 10 out of 10.
I've been loving it. But I think we're done
KOWLOON?
with that. Do we want to talk about the actual thing we've been putting off? KOWLOON generic romance.
I haven't watched it yet. I only saw the first 3 minutes, so you guys can spoil it for me. That's fine. I'm gonna watch it probably after.
We
later.
get absolute 100% confirmation that it is Kudo doing this.
Yep.
Because it is
Finally.
Kudo's perspective. Because why they asked, why are you here when your generic's here? Easy. Because Kudo doesn't know that I am the same person.
Yep.
We know that we see this whole thing about an animal shelter that our boy talks about. Wait, why don't you know about this? Like I'm just like, it's a little bit different. There wasn't this thing that I did, and then he walks past it, and homeboy stops. Wait a minute, turns, and there it is. Because he brought it up to Kudo. And then somebody drops the knowledge on Kudo. Yeah, you know that other guy walking around? Yeah, that's actually just her older. And he goes, huh. And then boom, the generic gone.
Yeah, he was like, at first he was like, what are you talking about? Like, she's always been a girl or whatever. And he's like, nope.
We never told you.
Talk about shit timing though, right? Because like the moment that he was telling our boy that they were together, it was what, Kujirai, Xiaohei, and Yaomei. Like,
yeah,
just the timing of that.
Xiaohei, Yaomei.
Yeah, whatever. They're whatever, bro. But
the generic and the original.
Yeah, just the timing of that was like crazy, right? But yeah, that was the big reveal with this episode for sure, was the stuff with Kudo, which we kind of assumed, like we were talking about in the previous episode, like okay, there's gonna have to be something big that they drop in the next episode, like, right? Because there's only last week there was only 3 episodes left last week when we were talking about it, so like they had to drop something big in this episode, and they did. Also, I think a big thing with the episode was like how the episode left off, and it kind of spoke to like the other thing that we had, like dealing with regret, in this episode. I did like that content as well, and I think something that like I was thinking about, and I don't know maybe how it could potentially play into what's going on, because we saw what happened when Yaomei and Xiaohei when they left, right? And they had no regrets anymore, essentially, right? But the fact that they're leaving, isn't that something that you think they would regret, or they do regret? So I was just like, in my head, I was like, I don't know how that maybe could potentially play into things or have some kind of an effect.
For them to
I
come
don't know.
back,
Yeah, I don't know. Like
like an opening.
because I was like, okay, they're like leaving this behind. They have no more regrets after what happened in this episode, right? And the development for Xiaohei and Yao Mei. But like
I
they
have the
regret.
feeling.
Well, surely they
Sorry,
would
go ahead.
regret leaving.
Kowloon.
Leaving Kujirai, right? So I was like, I wonder if that's something that they're gonna hit on, but could have an effect. I don't know.
I get the feeling, and maybe I'm thinking too much about it, but I get the feeling that it is not necessarily that, like, I don't think it's that they have no regret. I think it's that they're willing to look forward. Like that they're not stuck in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were, right? They regretted the past so heavily that they couldn't move on. When Yao Mei and Xiaohei left Kowloon this time, they were both looking forward. They were both getting ready to face themselves. So they're gonna regret this, but their mindset is already different. They want to look forward. They want to resolve this. They're healed. They're able to move on, like go forward. And I think this whole place is because Kudo can't move on. He's shackled by his regret. That's why he's here. And then we get the extra drop by Kudo saying, "Oh, I know about the generics. Yeah, because he's an original. He's an original. That one's an original. I saw them come in. Like, yeah. Like, so I think I don't think he's like evil. I don't think he's trying to do this for an evil purpose or like a malicious reason. I think he just can't move on, and he's created a place where people who can't move on can be here.
Yeah. It's a place
To
where
stay.
others could feel like they still
To
kind
run
of
away.
belong. Yeah, run away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Which that's been a thing, obviously, that this series has hit on with a lot of our, like we saw with Xiaohei, even the Hebi or whatever his name is, the snake
Miyuki,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah, Miyuki.
The
That's-
zesty one.
That's like that's been a big thing with him too, is that they've kind of been hitting on. So yeah,
Everyone wants to feel nostalgic. Like everyone doesn't want to not feel like when you feel nostalgic,
Mhm.
you have that reminiscence about the past. It's nice to feel,
Yeah.
but you don't want to be stuck there forever because you got to look forward towards the future, and that's like the big thing about Kowloon. Like it's nice to remember how it once was, but it's not the same anymore when you pass it in the future.
100%. I did like this episode for all those reasons. I definitely did like Xiaohui's moment. Like all that was anime original. Like a lot of stuff in this episode was anime original, so it was really I did like both ways how it's portrayed in the manga and in the anime. Like he never talks to his original like the generic self in the manga, so seeing him face it head on was really cool. That he really kind of like kind of like agree like made his absolute self because of Yame, right? And that was a big stretch of this episode where he's Yame's like a big push for him to be like, it's okay, you can love this things, you don't have to change and all that. And it was really sweet to see that because he was like, yeah, I don't have I can still be myself and I don't have to regret not having the same body as I had before. And it was really sweet. And of course the confirmation with Kudo. Definitely the manga was so smart about this because I love the way that because in this part it's just a whole conversation between him and Gwen, but like it was so cool in the manga to see that the way Gwen tested it out, which you could see in this episode with the cat box, was he talks to him, to Kudo, and the mahjong, one of the mahjong people, because like he mentioned, he said that one of the tall guy with the glasses, like he's an original, and him and that guy were like joking around. They would like be like, yeah, this is just a this is just a world where we just be chilling. And Gwen's like, y'all really don't think this is weird? And they're like, nah, it's just, it is pretty weird, but at least we can still stay and stuck in this like in our memories. And then Grandpa goes up about like his wife that the wife used to have like a grocery shop there behind, or a laundry shop behind Kudo. And then Kudo, because like we talked about, like he now everything that he gets like acknowledged about, it does show up in the manga. It shows up for a split second because Kudo thinks about it because of what the old man tells him, and it shows up. And like even the grandpa and Gwen were like, oh shit, what was that? And Kudo's confused because he doesn't think about it, so it goes away. And Gwen's like, okay. And then he tells him something specific, which was the cat thing. He was like, hey, I left this cat box here and yada yada. And Kudo's like, well, okay, well, thanks for making it specific. All right. And that's when Gwen goes to see it, and it shows up there. So yeah, it's definitely connected to Kudo, and it's really cool to see that. I'm really interested why they didn't add that part. That was really cool just to see, but it makes sense because throughout the manga you do talk to the mahjong people a lot, so it wouldn't make sense to introduce him in this episode and stuff like that. So that definitely it made sense. So yeah, I do see, like I think we talked about off air, like you guys probably didn't see like a good ending for the series, but I think
I just
like
don't
I've
see
talked about like
how it
last
could.
before.
Yeah, I don't see how
Like
right now.
Because I
realistically,
think
they're
I was gonna say, like, I think what the series, the big thing that it's been on, right, is obviously like,
yeah,
well, from what we know now, it's like, okay, obviously Kudo can't move on, and there's a lot of regrets
yeah.
that he has in his past. So that's gonna be probably the goal, or the thing that, him getting over that or being able to move on is what's gonna,
Mhm.
ultimately
Do you
decide
think
the
he
end
will be
game.
able to?
I don't know.
What are your
He
thoughts?
has to. He definitely has to. Like, I mean, the
Yeah,
thing is
so
too is like he learned.
there's that, but then
Mhm.
there's also with Kujirai, right? Like they've been so big on her becoming her own
Yeah.
person and her like being different than the old, like, so is it going to be something where, like, say Kudo is able to move on and he is able to, not have any more regrets, essentially, in a way, or whatever you want to say, like, right? Like, is Kujirai still, I don't know, is there going to be some way that she is still able to, I guess, exist as her own like person, right? Because I feel
Did
like that's
they?
that's been like something
Mhm.
the series has been hitting on a lot, right? Is her being her
That she can
own,
be her own self.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, but that, I mean,
Did they
go ahead.
not mention this? Because like in this, like yeah, like they mentioned after that revealed that she isn't created by him. She's her own thing.
Hmm.
So realistically, if this does go away, she can be like I think they were saying that she can live, because realistically she isn't exactly like how she is in his memories. Like she does have the same characteristics, but she's not the same copy
Hmm.
like our old Kujirai.
Yeah,
So I
she
think
seems
like
to be an outlier. She's not
yeah.
the same
Yeah,
for
so I,
sure.
I think realistically she could, but we haven't tested it out if she can go out, right? Like that, we haven't tried that if she can go to Hong Kong like with Yao Mei and all them, or she will disappear. But we haven't tried that out, so it really depends if maybe when he accepts the past
Is able to
and
move
kind of can
on.
move
Yeah.
on. Yeah. But yeah, I did, yeah, like a lot of stuff. I think he will definitely, because like after that whole thing with the grandpa happens, the grandpa kind of like thanks Kudo. He's like, Kudo, I think I've had enough. I do appreciate you like letting me have this time and letting like me reminisce about the past. And he leaves. And Kudo's like, are you sure? Like you could stay here. Like and like Grimman said, he basically did make a place where a lot of people that have regrets and nostalgia definitely come by here to change, and like not to change, and kind of reminisce about the past and like and stuff like that. So that was really cool to see too. So I think he definitely will. And then other stuff that wasn't added was about the red pill. So I'm not gonna say anything because I definitely think they probably can incorporate next episode. But yeah, it definitely gets a lot more deeper in the manga. So yeah, like we talked about, I think like realistically, I accepted it last episode that this is going in an original way, since a lot of this episode was original and but was still did add or story stuff. Like Yulong was supposed to talk to Reiko to this episode, so it's like a lot of stuff that I think it's just, it will have an anime ending that will make sense for the anime, and then otherwise you can just read the manga for a lot of more extra stuff.
Hmm.
So I think realistically it won't be bad. Like it maybe won't, because from what they're giving you in the anime, it will make sense. Like everything that you'll probably see in the ending. So and then also I caught up to the manga because it's not translated in English, but I read Spanish so I can read it. So right now in the current arc, it's like this one big thing that's happening. So yeah, I don't think they'll cover that part because, or maybe they will. I don't think they will because it wouldn't make sense. But yeah, so I do really wonder how it's going to end for sure. But I did love this episode a lot because Xiaohei and Yaomei were like one of my favorite pairs, and I did like how he was able to. They both were able to move forward, even though it was really different in the manga, which was hilarious. That he had a conversation with her, and then he was like, "You helped me." Like accept myself basically, and he helps her go get out of Hong Kong or get out of KOWLOON, and they go together. So he didn't even meet himself. He basically was just like accepting it, and Kudo didn't have to realize that he was a girl. Like his generic disappeared because of how he accepted himself. So it was a really different way of how that was handled. So yeah, I think
I feel like
either way,
honestly,
KOWLOON was a good time anime wise for sure.
yeah. I feel like you said that was original. I feel like that's actually like a nice touch. I feel like that
It
probably
was. It was.
yeah, I feel like that probably like impact like or at least I did felt an impact more, you know, him seeing the other Xiaohei. I feel like that
That was really cute for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I like how they handled that for sure.
It was nice because it interlined the Yame and his story really well. I was like, that's so sweet that he got to see her face to face and say like, you look so cute in your dresses, and she was telling him too like, oh, that's a good frills on you. I don't know, it was that facing yourself and telling yourself love yourself for who you are was really cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited for these next few episodes.
Yeah.
It's been a fun ride.
Thing before we head out. I know I'm not up to date with the anime, but I had a whole question, even from last episode too, that I've been lingering on my mind this whole time, and is you guys touch on it a little bit, which is kind of interesting. But I'll just it's a question not to be answered, just a food for thought, real quick. It's would you go out with an anomaly? Like, there's always a norm. Like, you're supposed to be going out with somebody in a specific way, a certain thing, and you guys are talking about, how like, Kudra is supposed to be her own person, her own being. It's technically she's not supposed to be in this universe, in this life and everything. But we really kind of shy away from the idea that we have free will. We can do whatever we want. If you choose to see somebody or love somebody, you have that choice. It's always up to you. But the question is, where do you draw the line where you're like, I can't do this or do that? You know what I mean? So it's like, would you go out with an alien? This? Would you go out with a god? That? Like, there's always these kind of mentality questions. Now it's like, would you go out with somebody from an alternate universe? Would you go out with somebody that looks just like significant other? That's the thing now with KOWLOON, where I'm trying to focus on this romance a lot. I'm trying to like make this work. I'm feeling more of a mystery aspect than I am the romance. So for the next, until the end of the anime, I'm trying to kind of put my mindset towards the romance. I'm kind of like, would Kudo make it work with her, or was it there no love to begin with, and is it just like an idea that there was romance once and it's just love lost and it's just a lot of regrets? Because I'm not gonna bring up my personal business out there, but it's funny how the world works in a sense. You go on a nice little date with your significant other, and it just so happens in the center of the universe, you're just doing your own thing. Who do you meet, in the middle of your date? Your ex-girlfriend while you're still married. And it's just kind of like, oh wow, like you didn't expect to see that person, but yet you was in love with one person in the past, and now you're in love with another person now. And it makes you think like, as time progresses, can what you bring back from the past come back to life? Hell the fuck no. But in this case, we know with Kudo, it's like with this regret, with this loss, somehow, some way, we had to move on from what we had. Can you really do that with this girl or not? And I really want to see that in the romantic sense, not in the mystery, not in the whole like deep philosophical aspect. I just want to know romantically, like, can you move on, my boy? Can you do the right
This isn't
thing?
moving on though. This isn't moving on. This is staying past.
Yeah, so they have to not get together 100% because it's not
this,
healthy for
this
either.
romance it can't exist.
No. Realistically, no, because he's not seeing her for her. He tries to, but then he kind of goes back like
her for her.
No.
Yeah.
The way Kudra B acts, is so different. That's all different.
True.
And
No,
I'm
but
still,
that's the
I'm
thing.
still waiting on this whole like she was planning it all along. I'm just waiting
No,
for it. and I know I
imagine
haven't seen it
somehow,
yet.
bro, like moves on. He, in this
He's
what
gonna
we
marry
what we
Shao,
have
you
what
know.
we have right now,
What?
huh?
He's gonna marry Shao.
I mean, this series is pretty zesty,
Oh
so
my
I wouldn't
God.
put it past him. But like,
Bro, too zesty.
No, Yao Mei is for Zhao Hei.
bro.
Shut up. No, Yao Mei
No,
is
but
for
no,
Zhao
watch.
Hei. Shut up.
Yao Mei,
imagine
Yao
some
Mei.
anime original type shit. Y'all are saying he can't be with her. Imagine,
I
bro.
don't think he can.
Imagine
I
it
don't
somehow
think
like
Final episode,
no,
whole
bro's
orgy
gonna
before everything
move
dies.
on. No regrets. This new fake KOWLOON or whatever is gone. What I was talking about earlier, how the show has been trying to make it to where Kujirai is her own like self. She's able to leave. Our boy,
Well, yeah.
he leaves or wherever he's at. They start fresh from literally from zero, re-zero reference, but like they start from zero and he gives it an honest, fair shot, gives her an honest, fair shot, sees her as her own. That
think
could
he
be.
can.
You were
I mean,
always my generic romance.
I don't think he can.
I don't think he
that's-
can either, but like imagine.
Anime
If they
wise,
do
maybe,
that,
to be honest.
if they do that, honestly, then this anime deserves to be put in the trash tier, the fucking garbage.
Oh my
thing.
god.
Because this
I think
whole
it's a fair
series-
take.
It would still
That is
turn
a-
out
His
better
whole
than
series-
boy-girl friendship. So I mean,
110%.
You know what? How about this? I will agree that boy girl overall has been worse, but if this ending is that, it is worse than boy girl.
I don't think so.
I
That's
still
a
don't
hot
think
take.
It
so,
is
but
more toxic.
we
That's
can
a
cross
hot
that
take.
bridge when we
More
get
I mean,
there.
we're just saying.
Yeah, we can
all
cross
this
that.
build up for this trash ending, I would be upset too. But I mean, boy, girl has not like at least like KOWLOON. I've been looking forward to it like every day. Even like I'm gonna be real with you guys. Like today, I've been listening to the OP like all day at work. I've been just like
It's so
bopping
good.
to it, bro. It's literally the top thing, bro. That's what's keeping me at a high score. But for me, like I'm looking forward to watching it sometimes. But then, boy, girl, bro, I'm literally like at episode 4. I'm kind of like, bro, like. I'm sick of this shit. Like, come on. At least with KOWLOON, like I'm looking forward to it. Like, okay, what's gonna be
Yeah,
the
but he
next
means
mystery we're gonna
relationship
unlock?
wise, right? Like Kudo is like he is toxic. Like he kind of
Yeah,
like
it would.
No, yeah,
I'm saying,
their
I'm
fucking
not talking.
significant
No.
other.
I'm not talking about like the story overall. I'm
Yeah.
saying in the romance, if they get together, it is more toxic than anything in boy girl friendship could ever be. Inherently.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
hear you.
what if
I can disagree on that. You're
Kudo
not even
comes
wrong. Yeah.
Kudo comes to grips with he accepts that he's been
Kudo
wrong
has
and the
to
way
go
he's
through 30
and the
years
way
of
and the
therapy.
way and the way he's treated her has
Yeah.
been very unfair.
Yeah.
Kudo has to go through 30 years of
they start
therapy
fresh,
before
they
he-
start from zero. Yeah, I mean
But not right away. They can't. No, they
It's-
that has to be.
oh, not right away, no. But like
He's got to be in therapy.
this is
for
an anime
years.
original thing. We don't know. They could
You're right,
freaking
you're
do
right.
that. Give us a happy
Happy
ending.
You're always my
Yeah.
generic romance.
It's gonna be
head
one
ass.
happy
For a
ending
series
or
with romance in
another
it, there's
happy
no damn
ending.
romance, and maybe there'll be romance at the end.
Well,
I
you get
fucking hope
zesty,
so.
and then the other heterosexual.
No more
Yao Mei and
zesty,
Zhao Hei,
please. I'm
so.
tired of the zestiness, please. Please.
All right,
no
we gotta
more. I
move on.
can't.
We gotta move on to
Yeah, we gotta move on.
to
Let's do some
Shonen here.
The
Shonen.
final
Does
part.
anyone care about Fire Force?
honorable
Fire
mentions. Do we
Force?
want to?
Check out Vash and Walken's reaction to the latest episode. I don't know if they did it recently, but definitely it will be
I
out
think they're
soon.
behind.
Keep it.
I think they're about.
Oh my god. Bro.
Well, I wanted to mention Vigilantes.
Boss man.
Oh wait, sorry.
Oh, it was
Oh,
poop.
And I would assume they're up to date, and if they are, stay tuned for the latest episode and the reaction on it. It's gonna come out very soon.
Mhm.
Definitely keep it.
Yeah, they're working on it. They are working.
Or
on
it won't. Who knows, honestly.
Vigilantes?
I have
Vigilantes?
nothing to say besides Vigilantes.
look, I was really. It was cool to see the setup for Knuckle Duster. You know, he's been on this B girl's ass, and now we see the full reason why, because she did something to his wife, and I'm like,
No,
but
I think
damn,
no. Okay,
Not
okay,
just
okay. Wait.
anything.
I gotta
Talk about it, talk
pull
about it.
this out. I gotta pull this out.
talk
I
about
think it's his daughter.
Dun dun.
I was thinking that
dun.
too. To be honest, I was thinking that too, but no, because they said
I
Tao.
think it's
Or
his
what was the
daughter.
name? That's not
I
like
think
a
it's his
boy
daughter.
name, not a girl
Yeah, the name was different.
That's
The
the
name was
thing.
completely
I
different.
think
Yeah, it was
I
like-
think it's his daughter.
But they also said
I
that
don't
she's
think-
going under a different name, I think.
Yeah, they said it's
well-
a
Well,
alias.
no, I'm
Or
talking about
alias.
what the mom said. The mom's name. The mom said a name, and it sounded like a boy's name, but it could be a girl's name.
Hmm.
But it was something like a boy's name for me. That's why I thought it was a boy.
I think what had happened was
think
there might
it's-
have been a son, and the son might have been murdered, and that's why
think
they're
it's
in the
daughter.
position that they're
Or
in.
did she like kidnap him?
B-girl is
don't
Knuckle
know.
Duster's daughter. That's my.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think so
how,
because he
like,
would know.
I
He
think
would
it is Dr.
know.
Bush's daughter.
That's the thing.
girl would have had to dye
No,
her
I think
hair.
he does
Girl would have had to
know.
dye
He
her
does
hair or
know.
some shit, right? Like,
I think he does know, and that's why he's trying to find her.
she doesn't
trying
resemble
to
either
find
of
her.
them at all.
No, I don't think so.
I think
'Cause
it is the
look,
daughter.
I get you. I
I
thought
think-
the
I
same
think-
thing for a split second, but no, it doesn't make sense realistically.
I think that's what it is.
I could see it being
Unless
a
you saw a
possibility
spoiler,
for sure.
but I don't know, brother. I don't think so.
No. Okay, look. I
Uh-huh,
think it is.
uh-huh.
I think there's something going on with the quirk that's changing something.
I 100% agree with that.
Because you guys forget that these quirks can alter you physically. Maybe there's more to the quirk we don't understand. But I think that's his daughter.
Nate,
What's
can
the
you
name
check
of it?
the name
Shimmer? I think it's a call of it.
that the
Shimmer?
mom was saying? Yeah, you can keep going.
I don't know what
Oh.
she said.
Here, I can check for a minute. Like,
I'm agreement on the whole daughter thing because it's like the way she was
That's-
acting and everything. Like you're like she's not even acting like the same.
Tamao-
I think
Tamao Oguro.
Tamao. Oh.
that's like, see that? I feel like that's the guy's name. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, we'll see more
Tamao.
of her next week, aka Monday.
Like, I
Um,
do feel you because I was thinking either it was that because of how she was acting like mom, dad, right? But that's clearly not her parents. She's taking people's houses and acting like that's her parents
Oh, when she was
to
watching
stay at a
TV?
place. Yeah, like that. Like I
Yeah.
was thinking that too, but for me, it's just the name the mom said didn't seem like a girl's name. It did, so I feel like it just kind of wouldn't make sense. But maybe it does, and I don't know. But I did like that, and we're seeing that he's having like even the other kids that we've had problems with, like help him out, and he's like kind of like using our like group as a bait to get her to kind of like come out, which she does sometimes and stuff like that. So that was cool. But he does things with them as friends.
No,
for sure,
you know what
but-
you guys are forgetting? We saw a picture of him looking at his daughter, and it looks like her, just with different
No,
hair.
that he was looking at that picture because that's her. That's the thing that he got that photo from somewhere because he's like, oh, this is her. This is
Like,
the
I'm
B
after
girl.
you.
It's just
Like,
she.
I'm on
I
your
think
ass.
Yes, that's not.
I think that's his
No,
daughter.
he looked.
his
That's
daughter.
not. It's not. That's not a photo of
That's
his
his
daughter.
daughter.
He's looking at. He's looking at her because he's like, this
No,
is the
that's-
oldest photo. Bro, did you not see the episode? He said this is
I did,
the person
and,
I'm looking
and
for.
I think it's his daughter.
Okay, yeah, this is.
Shit.
Yeah, never mind. You're
Okay,
not
if
cooking.
it
Never mind.
is-
So you.
No, if it is his daughter, I don't think it is. But if it is his daughter, like I could see it being a possibility. I don't think personally it is. But if it is, there would have to be something altering her look, I feel like. Or like I don't know if it's like through a quirk or like I don't know if it's something with the bees. But like
But the thing is, if Gremlin's talking about the
She
photo,
doesn't resemble
her
either of
look
them at
doesn't look
all.
that different.
I
And that
think she
too.
does.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think they look similar to me in the photos. I don't look.
she got
you
orange
guys see her
hair.
own.
She got and blue eyes. She got blue eyes, brother.
What's the name of the antagonist? All for One? Is it hit or is it One for All? No, All for One, right?
All for one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
What if when
You
what
think
I'm
all for
thinking
one's
is
involved?
no. Definitely, they talked. They talked on the phone in the beginning of the season. They have talked on the phone. He is using her to use her quirk to use like the shimmer stuff.
Wait, have we ever seen his wife's hair color?
Yes,
has black
bro. The
hair.
episode.
She has
Did you
black
not
hair.
see the episode? Did you not see
in the
the
bed.
episode? You
She has
literally
black
see
hair.
her in the
Bro.
bed.
No, I know we saw her in the bed, but did we actually ever see her hair?
She has black
Yes,
hair.
You see
Yeah.
her
No, 'cause
face,
black hair,
brother.
bro.
Because I remember it kept specifically hiding her face. I could have
No, you see her hair, bro. It's black. It's black, bro. You just don't
Yeah.
see her face because she doesn't have she's like darkened and her eyes are black.
I don't know, bro. I'm just.
Oh my
saying, I think-
god! Never mind. I can't talk to you.
If it
You didn't
is
see the
like,
episode.
like she can't biologically be like it would have to be like something's altering her look. She was adopted, Like it has to be something like that, because like the features are not like she doesn't resemble either of them at all.
What? So I was thinking was maybe All For, because All For One has a lot of connections with a lot of people. Maybe he had a connection somehow with with this guy's family, and somehow so where he got to the daughter, maybe she wanted power or something. She wasn't doing good school, whatever, and she got the B quirk through him. But there was also another kind of like quirk, another side effect through it that like maybe changed something of her personality, not her appearance. And because her personality changed, it made her want to act more bad, more evil. So instead of her being
She's
natural
crazy.
like the way she was, now she maybe want to dye her hair or just change her outlook or act a little more than what she originally was. It's a stretch, it's an idea. All we know for sure is that next episode we're gonna see Pop definitely sing her heart out, and this B girl attacking, this whole, festival that's going down. I really don't know what to expect, but I'm expecting great, tremendous things because I want shit popping and I want lore drop like now. Because, bro, I honestly I was gonna say Vigilantes has been a breath of fresh air. Not to shit on My Hero Academia by any means. I don't mind Deku at all. Back in the days, whatever. Now, like I don't mind him, whatever. But it's nice having just like a new fresh of characters. I love Pop stuff. Like I've always had. She's waifu material for sure. I've been having a blast with her. Fucking Knuckle Duster, the Crawler. Like everyone has been just great for me. I have had no complaints. Even the fucking antagonist, the B girl, the other villains, just like it's nice to see the origin stories of everybody. Just like how they became to be, and how Shimmer is growing and all that. It's been nice. I have been great time. It's not by any means like up there peak, but it's been a great time.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that that's like the main bit of what we talked about with the Vigilantes episode was that bit with Knuckle Duster and the bee, like, because there was more things that happened in the episode, but I feel like the rest of that content was just not really worth mentioning.
Here's a lore drop. Okay, on to the next.
Like in a way, I was kind of
lore.
disappointed because the episode started off with that Knuckle Duster stuff, and I'm just like, okay, like this is gonna be a juicy freaking episode, and then like the second half of the episode, or probably even more than that, like I didn't really care much for, honestly. But because I was like, oh, we're gonna have a whole episode focus on this, because like Knuckle Duster's been probably my favorite character, I would say.
Yeah, he's my favorite for sure.
Yeah, so like I'm excited to get more of that into that content though, because that's like one of the main things I'm definitely interested in. So yeah, we can move on now to, we probably should speed run these, sadly. I mean, we could probably speed run the last two, YAIBA and Lazarus.
Let's do YAIBA first then.
Yeah.
Because then we could we could do YAIBA first.
Yeah, so YAIBA, I mean, the first like half of the episode was kind of like whatever. The second half of the episode though is really what took it away for me. I mean, they were just going absolutely in. I have this rated pretty high for this week, honestly, purely because I just have so much appreciation for the animation, the drawings. I mean, just the effects, animation. It just looked really freaking good in the second half of this episode with Onimaru and YAIBA duking it out. What we've all been waiting for to see again. I thought we were going to get it last week. It didn't happen. But it happened here, and I was not disappointed, honestly. The first half, like I said, it kind of dealt with some of, like, I wouldn't say fodder, but it wasn't purely Onimaru and YAIBA, right? Like, it was kind of the gang. They're beating up the fodder and whatnot. But the second half of the episode is really what we were all there for, I feel like, for sure. And it, like I said, it did not disappoint. I feel like content-wise, I don't have too much to say. Neko might have a little more to say, or Grem if they want to add some more. But I feel like for me, like episodes and episodes ago, I was like, okay, the next time Onimaru and YAIBA, that's one you want to be there for. And I feel like I really enjoyed this episode. So that's why I rated it real highly. This is an episode they had to go in for, and they did for sure. So I really have nothing but, I would say, mostly good things to say about this episode.
I like that he was able to use his move with the orb, which was fire.
Yeah.
I had goosebumps. I was like, oh, that was sick.
Yeah.
That was sick. They did it, and I'm so happy for him.
All
But
that training.
fight was all that, and then he did the other things that he was training, which was awesome. I was like, yes, he did the leap over the lily pads. He did the other thing that Kojiro showed him, which was awesome. Like everything he learned literally helped out, and then it really helped in this match. But of course, he got away, and now he has the orb. And I'm like, dang it, no! But I love how people were like cheering for him, like, yes, you saved us, thank you, YAIBA, yes. But yeah, it was just a fire fight, and I'm really happy we got it this week, and it was incredible. I really just praise to everyone that worked on this. I want to shout out a friend. They didn't work on this episode, but they worked on the last episode, which was really cool. They worked on this week. They worked on an Apothecary episode, so shout out to Silver, my friend, and he was a second key animator on this. So, he's been on the series. So yeah, I want to shout him out because he's a really really great animator and just awesome. But yeah, this episode was incredible. YAIBA, I'm really happy for him with this fight, and it was awesome. I'm glad we waited a week, to be honest. I like the setup for this fight, and it was great. Now I'm wondering what else we're gonna get next week and stuff. Like, since we're gonna change some down, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like also the scene with the like all the people, like when the sun was coming up, like the sun was out, and like everybody was kind of like cheering, like in the smile on his face, and this everybody kind of welcoming him back and all that. Like I really liked that. But I think I saw something recently that like they revealed that there was like 2 Blu-ray boxes for the series, and like the first Blu-ray box is like episodes 1 to 12. Because I don't know if we got it officially confirmed, like how many episodes it was going to be. I think it like leaked maybe or something like that. But they didn't say how many episodes the second like box was going to be or whatever. So I think it's going to be 2 cores. I don't know if it's going to be split, but I saw something about like the first Blu-ray thing being like episodes 1 to 12 or 1 to 13 or whatever. So I think we have.
Isn't that 24 episodes overall?
I think it's. I think it's more. Yeah, because I think before we didn't really specifically know, but I think we're gonna have more than just 1 core. Essentially, I guess is what I wanted to add. So
how much did the original have actually? Now that I'm thinking about it,
I don't know actually.
I
know the manga's pretty long. The manga's pretty long, so
yeah, for sure. That's why I think it is 24 episodes. But like you said, I saw that recently. I was like, oh, they didn't talk about that. Like the second box, how many episodes?
So the original,
okay.
The original anime from the 90s is 50-some episodes.
Oh, 50, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's because it drags, right? That's different. This was going like, more faster paced.
The manga's like 250 chapters. It's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. So we're probably gonna get based on the Blu-ray releases. I guess we're gonna have more than 1 core. I don't think like even like looking on AniList, I don't think it's been officially like they don't even have an episode count on here. So if people are wondering about that, we are gonna get more than 1 core. I don't know if it's just gonna be straight through or if it's gonna be split. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, anybody else want to add anything for YAIBA, and we can move on?
I fell asleep.
Gremlin was asleep, so yeah, good
job.
Okay, the first half I could maybe understand. I don't know how if you're sleeping during the second half. I
No.
don't know how,
But you don't understand. No. Look. So what happened was we were watching Dinner Table Detective, and towards the end of the episode, I started falling asleep. I woke up towards the end when all the action shit was happening in YAIBA. Like I missed that whole like 30 minutes, bro. You don't understand.
Jeez.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's a firefight, man.
Well,
I don't know. I wouldn't know. I saw the very end of it.
Well, another fight that you did see fully, I feel like, where you didn't sleep was Lazarus, bro. That fight between Chinaman was fire.
The Chinese assassin fights.
I mean,
like it's Spike.
Overall,
yeah.
Better Spike, not bootlegger.
Okay,
Axel.
well, dude. All right, man. Let's not get into that. But no, I feel like overall, like YAIBA, probably the whole fight had consistently like better animation, but I feel like this fight in this episode had like bigger peaks, I guess.
For sure.
If you'd want to
see that, yeah.
Yeah, because like some of the moments like on some of like the moving
choreography?
vehicles,
God.
yeah, like it
And
was
that too?
oh dude, it was so freaking good. Like I don't know, I was locked in for this episode. I kind of like
I had like that vibe or that feeling at the beginning. I was like, okay, like they're about to like snap with this episode. At least animation, you know, fight choreography wise and all that, which they did. Um, it did not disappoint. Also, the way they left it off, man, I'm curious.
Yeah,
Because that looked like
he's
a pretty
gone.
brutal blow to Axel for sure.
Yeah,
Like he definitely got it worse than the assassin dude,
he
which
did. He did.
yeah, because he just got hit. It was like in his thigh or something like that.
Yeah, like
Um,
chopped a bit. Not even that
yeah,
deep, but he got like
he had some
penetrated,
PTSD,
bro.
and
He
and that was his
did.
bit. Like that was a bigger deal to him than him getting cut like that. Like the
Yeah,
PTSD
seeing the
was
winged necklace, like
yeah,
what the hongus or hongun, what the fuck was he on about?
yeah,
But it was scary. It looked kind of scary. I'm like, I don't know
yeah.
what
The way
happened,
they
bro,
like
but
visualized that was like
yeah,
it was pretty freaky.
freaky deaky.
And something that people were pointing out with this episode I was reading was that like people were like saying Axel could dodge all these bullets and these, but he can't dodge a
Nah, that
freaking
ass.
spear.
Well, he was already hurt by that point, right? That's what
Yeah,
I was
I mean, yeah,
thinking
that is
too.
true. He was bloodied up, but like I don't
Yeah,
know. I
so
feel like
I get
from
you.
the
I get you
shit
though.
from the shit that we saw him do, you tell me this man couldn't dodge a spear. I
100%, no, for sure,
I'll come back to
for
this next
sure.
time when I watch it, and I'm gonna let you guys know if I agree with that
Oh,
or not.
and also a hacker girl got picked up by Popcorn Wizard.
yeah,
Yo,
popcorn
yo,
wizard.
yo.
Which I'm like, we
Yeah,
saw her. She passed out. Like I don't know. It's not looking good
yeah.
for some of the group, man, because
Nah,
we
literally.
saw Axel. What happened with him? What we just mentioned, our the hacker girl, and even what's her name? The older lady, right?
Oh,
She
the blonde hair, the
Yeah.
Russian.
no, not her.
Oh.
The
Oh, the old hag.
Chief.
Hirsch
Your
or whatever
Kirsch,
her
there
name
you
is.
go.
Kirsch,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
something like that. Like she's
How
not
dare
in the
she?
best. Like we saw the situation she's in as well. So like it's not looking good
What?
for Lazarus. The the group
6 more days?
right
No,
now.
5 more days? So yeah,
Yeah.
we're cooked.
I was
2 more
joking,
episodes
you know.
left. 2
We
more
were
episodes
watching
left.
the episode. I was joking. I was saying like Skinner somehow gonna have to save Axel or
Oh, you
something.
did say
Like
that, yes.
I'm semi serious about that. Like honestly, like because you know how they meant what was it with Axel that he was like a test subject or something like that for Hapna, right?
He's a
Or something, or
Yeah, he
like he
survived. The only survivor or something like that. Yeah, something
yeah.
like
So
that.
if
That's what I
he
read.
like and he's the MC, right? So if he is somehow essential to the cure or like a part in the cure and this brings Skinner out, or like I don't know why this would bring Skinner out, but like if they found Skinner and he's like, oh, like he is the key to like the cure or something like that, like maybe I don't know, like
Maybe.
he's the MC and he did have a part to play or like had some involvement with Habna and familiar with it, so I don't know. I'm curious to see
Never put it
how
past.
it's gonna play out. You know, story wise, content wise, I haven't been as crazy on this
Yeah.
series as some of other of Watanabe's works, but hey, man, when the action, when it's like this, I'm still locked in, and
Mhm.
it was
Mhm.
a blast. Like a lot of this episode, honestly, I just wanted to see him fight the whole episode. I think there was one moment where they kind of took us out of it. I'm just like, man, like bring me back to this shit. Like it was
No, for
so
real.
good. Yeah. So
I
It was
mean,
great.
I was
I know Vash is gonna be upset with my take when he hears this later, and I know you guys are gonna feel the same. But this show has been so overhyped, and again, I'm just here to see how it ends. But
That's
by
fair.
no means, I have been like, I wouldn't say enjoy, but like, I'm just watching it to watch it at this point. It's one of those mainstream animes. Some people love it, some people don't. I just feel like this wasn't the best work of what was the name of the creator? I'm sorry,
Watanabe,
remember?
Shinichiro,
Yeah,
Shinichiro Watanabe.
I don't think
No,
this is
he
his
has
best work
way
by
better
any means.
looks or works.
He's had other
Yeah.
potential for sure for other things. I mean, it's gonna be hard to replicate something like Cowboy Bebop for sure, and that's something we'll definitely touch on in week 12, 100%. But for the most part, you know, I watched it. That's the best I can say. It's off my list. I would never go back to watching this shit again, honestly.
That's fair. That's fine. That is fair. Well, something that we keep coming back week to week is To Be Hero X, and that's been
Yeah.
awesome, guys. How we feeling about Queen's arc? The
Didn't watch the
beginning.
anime yet, so you guys can take the floor and spoil it for me.
Golly, that ore farming from X was insane.
Oh,
One
yeah.
snap and done.
Literally.
Seeing white.
She
It
got-
was the funniest thing ever. when we were watching that, we were about to get up to that. I don't know why. I think we were watching it with Boss Man, and he had us pause it right once X appeared. And I said, "How much do you want to bet it's gonna snap to her waking up?" And he's like, that would be crazy, right? And Boss Man was like, "Nah, I think we're gonna see something." Bro, snap, her waking up on the ground. What happened?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Which we
It was
knew,
crazy. I was
obviously,
like, no.
she got defeated, but we didn't actually see what happened.
Yeah.
So to see, although it wasn't much, I think it more so goes to speak on X, right?
Yeah.
Just
He-
He's
like
a
I want to
menace,
talk
bro.
about Queen. I want to, but like I don't know his, especially like how they're talking about like, oh, he came out of nowhere, and I just feel like he literally just essentially like breaks the system. I guess.
I think he does.
Yeah, like
Well, he did, right? They said that they usually when you are a hero, your name gets in the system like immediately. So they don't
Mhm.
even know his name. They don't know his well, I think they do know his number.
does the dude
but
even
everything else they
talk?
don't know. Well, he got a voice actor, so he does. He just
Like,
doesn't talk now.
This episode though.
I will also
No, he
say,
did.
I was also thrown by the new hero that just got introduced. Was it Big and Little Jimmy? Or
Little
No,
Johnny
Johnny's.
and
Johnny's.
Little Johnny.
Johnny's.
The little one is Big Johnny, and the bigger
Big
dude
Johnny.
is Little Johnny.
Yeah, I was
that's his kid.
Big Johnny
Bro,
and
I
Little
saw them.
Johnny.
I saw them show up, and I'm not gonna lie. We have like a cheat sheet showing who's gonna be next, and I saw it was the Johnnies next, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So something's gonna go down. Now I'm curious. I was super sus of him the second he came in, considering the fact Queen could not
Move.
for the life of her stop looking at Big Johnny.
Yeah, she couldn't move.
I was like,
right,
ooh,
as well.
Yeah,
No,
she couldn't move.
that's a different thing. Like, yeah,
I thought that
feel
was
you, but
either
that's just
for
'cause-
like I thought that was
yeah,
maybe for
she just likes
comedic
to-
purpose, but
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
know.
comedic.
I don't know.
That was comedic. Yeah,
I
But
got
also-
the
feel you there.
heebie-jeebies, bro.
no, it was kind
I
of scary.
sucked.
It was kind of scary
Yeah.
too, though. That like
They
you're just
made
like,
us
wait,
right-
whoa,
yeah,
like
yeah.
she literally can't
Yeah.
fucking move. Like what?
Yeah, like I got the heebie-jeebies. I know
Petrified
y'all are
this movie
saying
was.
y'all are saying that it was for comedic effect, maybe, but for me it felt off. I was immediately sus of this dude.
No.
But
It's
he's
mostly
really
because
cool.
yeah, he's cool. But no, it's mostly because she likes cats, right? That's just her thing. She likes cats, so seeing him for the like that, she never really gets to see a cats like that, so she was just stunned.
Well,
Basically,
it
she was like,
also
no.
Okay, hear me out. Maybe you can disagree with me or whatnot. It also felt like she was visiting him at his place. Like if I don't think that's something Queen would do. And it felt
Well,
like
but she
went-
goes there for the cat though. That's the thing. Like
I
that's what she
don't-
goes there for.
Look, all I'm saying is something felt off about the whole thing. And
You
how
think
she
he's, like,
follows him
controlling her?
around.
No, at
I don't
first
know. I genuinely do. I think there's something going on.
Nah, bro, nah.
I mean, that would be like I don't know. I see where Grem's because I kind of had that feeling at first too. Because in my head I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
she actually can't like move. Like what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, but then like it got like, oh my god, like so cute. Like I can't take my eyes. Like I was okay, that was for comedic bit. But like also like initially I was like, whoa, like you're just kind of like
Yeah.
thrown back at first. So is that this is that feeling we got? Is there more to that? Or like was that just kind of for nothing? Or
And I feel like she's acting out of character. Like I think she's been super stuck up, super like I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do everything I can to go higher. And now she's just hanging out in some young guy's room, watching TV in a pigsty when we seen her house, and it's super orderly and whatnot. I don't know. Something feels off. I get the heebie-jeebies.
nah,
Okay.
I can see it. I can see it. I can see why.
I
for
think
sure.
it's just because I know that she only acts like this because she's actually just really kind. That's what she likes the cat. That's all I know. That she likes the cat. That's what she visits him because the voice actor was talking about it. So that's all
Well,
I
that's
know.
the cat.
That-
We're
that's
not
what
talking
she-
about little Johnny.
Yeah.
No, that's Big
Talking
Johnny.
about-
That's Big
yeah,
Well,
Johnny.
no,
talking
Big
about
Johnny
Little
is the
Johnny.
cat, right? And Little Johnny.
that's Big
So we're
Johnny.
talking about like, yeah,
Exactly.
the cat's cute and all. The cat could be whatever, but maybe there's something up with Little Johnny.
Because
Well,
Little Johnny seemed ominous the way he was talking to her and like getting in front of her, going. It felt off. I don't. Maybe it was comedic, but it felt like there's something more that we're supposed to feel about that. Because to me, that felt off. I could be
it's
wrong.
because
I could
that's
be
the introduction
swinging
of
at
her
something.
doing something out of character. But I feel you. I definitely understand you guys. That's a good theory you guys got. I get it. I get it. It's just that was the point. This was the first time she's acting out of character, so you see it more serious from her perspective. She's like, no. I'm usually I can act better than this. What is this? This thing is looking at me. Ah. So, but I get
I
it.
don't
I
know.
get it. It's a
Maybe
good
you're
theory.
right.
It's
I'm
a good theory.
afraid.
No, for sure. I get it.
And then considering how we've seen all these heroes turn on and destroy other heroes, like in this series already, there is nothing in my mind that says right now that that Little Johnny is okay. I'm afraid of what he is.
Oh,
What
Little
he's gonna
Johnny
do
is
to
my
Queen.
boy.
Graham's keeping
He's
his guard
fine.
up. I
And
mean,
the
I'm
thing,
kind of
no,
with
the
him a
other,
little bit. I'm kind of with him a little bit because of that
that's fair.
initial
That's
feeling,
fair.
for sure.
I will say the biggest thing that did catch my eye is that people can break through her orders. Like people can't like if I think it's based on the resolve because that's one thing I did notice that she'll give you an order, but you can break away from it. And I'm curious, like, what is like her little like downside? Like, you know how we've seen every hero has like a little like a negative thing to their power. So she can't really like order them specifically. Like they can not listen to it. So I really wonder if they'll go into a next episode because I think it was with either I don't know I forget it was someone that she set an order and she was like, oh, why is they're able to break
it was
through?
Big Johnny. That's what. Oh, it was Little Johnny. That's what I'm saying. That all happened in the same
Yeah,
scene. That's
yeah, that's
why
what I'm
it
saying.
feels so off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And there was a different character that too that was breaking
No,
from
no,
her
it was
thing.
no, it was. She did the order, and then because the Johnnies appeared, the order like went away, and she was shook.
Yeah.
That's where the feeling came from. It all happened in the same scene.
No,
Like
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
connected. That's what I'm saying. Like there's something there. I'm sus. I've been
fair, and that's
betrayed
fair.
by this show more than once. I am sus.
He's keeping his guard
That's
up. Yeah,
fair.
like I said.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All I know is that Johnnies they control animals, so they don't control people. That's
I
all
don't
I know.
believe you.
So
Humans are
that
just mammals. Humans are just animals, bro.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I did like the little friendship between the three members, Lucky
I don't
and
know
the
if they're
Johnnies
friends. I
and
don't know if
the
they're
Queen.
friends or if he's
They
controlling
were
them.
cute.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean,
it was nice to see them all like spend time together for sure. I did like that.
that was
I
really cute.
I just wanted to end the final part on this one question because I had seen the cheat sheet, but I had to glance through it. The Queen
Okay.
arc, is it 2 episodes or is it still 3?
No, it's 2.
I don't-
It's always been
Oh,
2.
Sue, okay.
Interesting, because okay, very
I'm
intriguing.
telling you, Johnny's gonna move suspiciously next episode. I'm calling it now, boys, right now.
We'll have
Johnny's
to come. We'll have to come back to that.
Imagine
Gotta
next week
come
is
back
like,
to
I was right. I told you I didn't fucking listen to. And watch, I hear Grammy right now.
I'm just like,
no.
I don't know. I'm really curious, like the whole X thing, man, because like
Yeah, X
we
is
know
gonna
how
be
people get
fun.
their power in here, right? It's
Yeah.
through the trust
I
value.
think X is outside the system. I think
Yeah,
that's
so
the-
like how did he get his power, right? Did he cheat the system somehow? Like is he getting his like how is he getting
I think it's natural for him. I think maybe
You think it's just
the power system comes from him. I think it's something
Yeah.
like that.
Like he
Hmm.
believes
He
in
is
himself
the
that
system.
bad. Yeah, like he just thinks he's that guy, and he is that
No,
guy.
no.
Look what he
Because
did.
he's just
Go.
like he
I'm
comes out
willing
of
to say
nowhere.
that-
Nobody really knows like about him all like that. Like he's a mystery, right? But he still is so powerful in the power system. It's built off of trust, right? Or like it's you get your
Built
power
off
through
of
that.
trust and
So how the
people
hell would he
knowing.
have all this power?
Yeah.
Right?
What if
Like,
he's an
guessing-
actual like
What
not
if the
like
power comes from him? What if it comes
yeah,
from
that's what I'm saying. Like what do people believe in more than anything? Hope. So that's what's gonna get a lot of people, and people don't really know where's the hope come from, and it builds this person. You're not gonna know the person until it exists. I don't know, but that's a nice theory
Yeah,
to think about.
he's a big mystery.
Yeah.
I did want to mention this one thing that the Q&A with the director from Lucky's arc, which was really cool. That he said that when the crash landed and the crash happened, she was
Me?
back to zero, like to zero trust value. Like after that, everyone was hoping for her to live. That she went back to zero, and then she got to have like
Because
a number
everybody who
one
knew her
because of
died.
the director. You're right, they died. So right, when people die, their trust value for that person does die with them. So it was really cool to see. He was like, oh yeah, so of course
I
if
know,
they're
I
dead, they're
think
not gonna trust in her. So she did when she crashed. When the director or whatever his name was, the Queen's dad found her. He believed in her, right? Because he was like, oh, she's so lucky to
she
live
must be
and be a
lucky.
sole
Yeah,
survivor. So
exactly. And I
she
agree. I think I don't know. I never really thought that was like that she retained the trust. I thought
yeah, yeah.
that I thought that was a given, to be fair.
Yeah, for sure. So it was just cool for him to talk about that, and that's what. Yeah, now he talks about like trust value does come from people. So like now that we're talking about X, is like, and then I know there's some theories that people are like, oh, either X trusted himself that big, or how, yeah, like how is he getting this trust? Like he's definitely breaking the system. He has found a way to keep his identity hidden and just like be this OP.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He's a big mystery that I'm really excited to get to. And then we saw too, like the other exes, right? Like Smile, the little the
Oh,
guy
that
that got his
fight was
ass
actually
beat.
really well done,
It
though.
was
That
cool.
fight
I liked
was,
it a lot.
yeah. I definitely wanted to give a shout out to
Yes.
that. The way they handled that. I honestly, like, at
Just
first, I was like,
mhm.
it looked like he wasn't even like trying. Like he was kind of messing around, and then he got beat. I was kind of surprised by that. Like, at least to me, I don't know. At first, he was like just being
Mhm.
really trolly, and he was like striking these poses like in the middle of him like attacking and whatnot. I was just like, is this dude just literally like not even taking her seriously?
Oh,
But then, dude,
you're
like,
Well,
talking
because
about yeah.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
because
then he and then
he's X, right? So he doesn't think like he's like, oh, whatever.
yeah, and then
But
she beat him,
he's
and I
just being
was like,
troll.
which by the way, I'm not really a fan of her character, by the way. Boa, I think her name is
Well, I
Yeah.
Boa.
don't think we know anything about her.
Or
I'm not, but
Hancock?
at least from her initial introduction, I'm not really big on her. I know it's only like one episode, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
for sure. So yeah, I don't know. And then for her to turn her fear got activated because
Oh
of just
yeah,
her jealousy, right? Like I was
yep,
like, girl, really? You this pressed about this? You're already X. Why are you this pressed? Like
yeah.
why are you worried about Queen, bro? Like okay,
Well,
you
because it
do.
sounded like that they were gonna make her lose to Queen.
Well, yes, next year, right? Yes, that's the thing. But I was like, girl, I mean, you got 1 year of being X, or no, she got 2 years of being X. So it's like, girl, why? Chill.
What do
You
you
got to be
mean?
X.
What do you mean? Chill. No, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. If you're putting me in this area just to be taken out immediately the
Yeah,
next
for sure.
time it comes up, nah, fuck all that. I agree with her. What do you mean?
You. But
She has
I'm saying
right
like
to be like
but like I'm
upset.
just saying even Queen was like even telling the guy like no I don't want to be given to it, so she was just gonna fight fair and square, but
Hey,
she still
which
got
is
like
why I'm saying
pissed.
Queen is real for that. But like
That's what I'm
the
saying, but that's
guy
what she's
trying to
still
set it
pressed
up like
about
that
it.
is
That's what I'm saying. She's still pressed about it. Like Queen
she
ain't worried
should
about you right
be.
now. Like damn, Queen
Oh,
was trying to
look,
be
no,
like
no,
fair and
look.
square.
Yeah, but Boa should still be mad about the whole situation.
Well, for
Or
sure, but why be on
Hancock?
Queen? Why not on the guy, bro? Well, she is, but it's like, damn, I didn't even say. I actually stood for you. I didn't want to be given this title like that. I want to fight you fair and square. But Queen was being a little rude. I'm not gonna lie, but like, I mean,
Well,
look, that's
Queen
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 though.
is super stuck up though, you know?
Yeah, I know, but she's a queen. You know, what are we gonna do? Where are we gonna do?
I don't know.
But
You know
yeah,
what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to our top 10 ranking for the week.
yes,
Yes, the hell we
sir.
are. Now, does anybody want to read Boss Man's thing? Because if not, I'll read it
No, he's
for him.
dead. He's
Nah,
dead.
he's dead. His rankings don't matter. Go,
Thank
Crash.
fuck.
Go,
Okay,
go.
we're in agreement. All right, so let me go first since we're gonna talk
Dang.
about the Boss Man.
Oh
Um,
my god.
my top 10, unfortunately, I don't agree with because I have not seen a lot of anime. But for sake of time and purposes, I'm gonna leave it as is. I'm just glad that
Okay.
Boy Girl didn't make it because it was this close to being there.
Damn.
Number one is the Shiunji family children. You guys know why the The kiss was spicy. And again, it's not incest walk-ins. Number 2, The Apothecary Diaries.
Oh.
Number 3, Catch Me at the Ballpark. It was a really good episode. I can't wait to see how it ends this week. Number 4, A Ninja and the Assassin Under One Roof. We didn't really speak a lot on it, but the sister being a yandere, I love seeing animes with yandere, so that was a nice little take on that with Marin. Number 5, Our Last Crusader, Rise of a New World, Season 2. My number 6, Please Put 'Em On, Takamine-san. Again, we didn't have a chance to talk about it, but I like etchiness, you already know. Number 7, My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Number 8, Aharen-san. Number 9, Summer Pockets. Was very mid. I'm just glad that arc's fucking over. I'm very. The first 5 episodes of this anime was peak. After that, it's been straight dog water. I'm low key upset. I gave it a chance, but I mean the animation slaps. So I'm still cooking. And number 10, Mosu Gundam.
All
That's it for
right.
me. Neko Chan, what you got for us?
All right, I got a top 5, but maybe a little more, but it's all right. Then number 1, Apothecary Diaries shows up with Apocalypse Hotel, which again we didn't talk about. Next week I will definitely try to get that squeezed in because it was hilarious. The mirror mystery with the husband trying to get just vengeance because he thought our girl was cheating on him. Oh man, it was so funny. Just a good episode, and the daughter was so cute and just a menace. So yeah, and of course, Apothecary Diaries. We've already talked about that enough. 2, Shoshimin Season 2, incredible. 3, To Be Hero X. 4, YAIBA, and 5, Ushujin Mumu and Witch Watch. Which Ushujin Mumu about our cat kind of getting canceled on his YouTube channel was hilarious. It was crazy. He was like, please wait, guys, why are y'all turning on me? He's like, humans are so scary. It was great.
I think they actually announced that Mew Mew as well is going to be 2 cores.
Ooh.
I already knew that, so I was happy. Yes, yeah. 26, baby. Let's go. But yes, thank God. Go ahead, because Ushujin Mumu's GOAT.
I'm gonna be that guy. I because I'm the only one watching it, and fucking Nate never watches it before we record.
Oh my God.
Number 1 is Uma Musume. Yeah. I need my love for Uma Musume.
I still love to hear it, you know.
This shit was hype as fuck. It's basically she did a race, basically 10v1, and she sit there and goes, "Fine, fuck it, I'll beat you all," and she did. She pulled out her horse cock and slapped him with it.
Excuse me, she's a woman.
Speak on it.
She kicked ass, bro. She kicked ass and chewed bubblegum. She took names, bro. She beat them all. And then she's finally sharing the stage with Tamamo Cross. Tamamo Cross and fucking our girl Oguri Caps sharing the stage. The tension is palpable. I cannot wait for these 2 horse girls to race. Uma Musume takes number 1. Number 2, I'm a cop out. I'm gonna be a little bitch here. Number 2 is a shared number 2 with Aharen, Apocalypse Hotel, and Shoshimin. They're all rated 9 out of 10s for me.
That's
I
insane.
can't decide. They're all really good. They're all really good.
That's fair. I respect.
And then I'm also gonna hit you with this. All right, ready? In no particular order, because all of these are rated the same for me this week.
Wow.
Apothecary Diaries, Catch Me at the Ballpark, To Be Hero X, Witch Watch, KOWLOON, and Ninja Assassin. They were all great episodes, all ranked
turned into a baby.
I couldn't decide. The baby, bro. The baby episode was it was so cute.
That's one of the better episodes.
She gets turned back and she's like, "I got it already, mama." I was like, "Oh, bro."
Tsundere all along.
It was so cute.
We love to see it.
Anyway, what you got for me, Nate?
So for me, my number 1 was Apothecary Diary Season 2. Number 2, Aharen-san Season 2. Number 3, Apocalypse Hotel. Really, Aharen-san, Apocalypse, like a lot of these, like I feel 2 through 4, I wouldn't even mind like mixing them up. Like if Shoshimin was number 2, like they're all around the same. Yeah, I felt that. So yeah, Aharen-san Season 2, number 2. Apocalypse Hotel number 3, Shoshimin Season 2 number 4. Lazarus number 5, YAIBA number 6. I'm gonna be honest a little bit. Maybe I'm my meathead shit this week. I was just appreciating. I was appreciating some really good animation. Like the episodes they had to flex with, they did. So I'm, got to give my flowers to Lazarus and YAIBA this week.
Yes,
Number
sir.
7, To Be Hero X. Number 8, KOWLOON Generic Romance. Number 9, Gundam GQuuuuuX. And then number 10, Witch Watch to round out.
Yes, sir.
Who wants to wrap us up?
I'll do the wrap up
Well,
real quick. So thank you guys for
alright.
watching Off the Binge episode. This is it. We're finally entering, the ending phase of the spring season and looking forward towards the future for the summer season. So stay tuned on that. Definitely follow us on our Discord and our respected channels. You can find us everywhere on social media.
Yes, sir.
Again, we apologize that Boss Man couldn't make it, but best believe our whole team will be here for the next week and the week after to finish up the summer
Hopefully.
season and to give our hot takes. Yeah, hopefully. To give our hot takes and also
Have a
give
4-hour.
our 4-hour tier list of where we rank these animes, because this will be a very interesting tier list for sure. Yeah, we take L's, but next week is gonna be a greater week for sure. We pray, because I cannot take another L on Rent a Girlfriend. God, I cannot. Please, God, I'm tired of being your strongest soldier. Please, screw somebody else. I'm tired of it. Please.
Nah, well, you're good, buddy. Well, yes, thank you everyone for watching. It's gonna be a great next week. Sadly, of course, no Apothecary, but everything else will be, delivering. We're gonna hope. So yes, thank you for being here. And Man God and Memory, what do you guys want to say?
I mean, we're winding down. I'm ready for summer. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Same,
Summer's gonna be heat.
yeah,
bro,
there's some
no
stuff I've been
funny.
enjoying this season. Don't get me wrong, and I'm excited for the tier list and all that. But I'm ready for summer, honestly.
Summer,
I'm
Because
ready to
summer's
watch
looking
less
juicy.
things.
Summer's
I'm
looking
ready to
juicy,
watch
bro.
less things.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready
No,
to
I'm
be on my
excited for-
meathead mainstream shit and just watch less.
Dude, nah. Next season is gonna be so dope with so many good light novels and just romance and then other funny. Oh, it's gonna be great! I'm so excited. Let's go.
Let's go. All right,
Thank you
y'all.
guys again for watching. Please like, subscribe,
Read some light
And-
novels.
and stay tuned for the next episode. We'll see you on the next one, as our boss man will say.
Look
Peace.
forward for the more steamy
Yeah,
content and
so
chaos.
anyway.
The manga for the girlfriend will get better. I promise
Alright,
you.
see ya.
This shit.
Alright, yeah.
Stay.
Alright, see ya. Yeah, no renting
Anyway,
in this house.
bro. So
Alright,
so MJ did
Bro, how
his-
much
did
the
his
author pay you to
Spider-Man
put that
right?
behind your camera?
No, literally though. Yeah, literally. Like, even
What
Gikook is off the
What
train.
makes you think that I'm me writing him like that, bro? I'm telling
Yes, you
bro.
are.
I'm
Yes, you
telling
are.
you,
Yes,
it's
you are.
copium. Okay, you know what it was? I didn't say it on the podcast. Wait, we I didn't fuck it. Whatever.
Did I
read this
stop?
thing
I
where
don't
it's like,
know. Did I stop?
well, look, whatever. I'm gonna say how it is. What? No, the anime you guys, the manga you guys are not looking into is that this guy might have spent that amount of money. He didn't get the girl at the end, but it's literally about the journey. It's literally about the fact that this guy has
There's
no
no
regrets.
journey.
He's the worst. That's the point. Some people want to read that there's no fucking journey, and actually, it's surprising. Believe it or not, some people. I actually thought about it. I'm like, I actually said that to you guys before. Like, I actually don't mind that. Like, it's about like some guys are like that in real life, and it's fucking sad. But you know what?
It is sad.
But you
I don't want
gotta
that in my
reverse-
escapism.
The author
I want
can't see
Chaz.
his own character getting with his girl.
No,
And you know
true.
what?
That is, you know what? He's
Yeah,
touching his own character. That is crazy because the author wants Chizuru so bad that he's like, MC, you're not even gonna get your girl. Ugh, this is my girl.
Bro, if he had
dude,
that
At least
vision, if he had that vision from the beginning of this series to cuck his own character, that is insane. You're right, like
Insane.
Yeah,
Like
if he
even
knew he
was gonna do
ReZero,
that from the
even
beginning-
ReZero doesn't do that. Like, come on. Like
Right.
ReZero, at least he gives Subaru some girls. Like, come
Rent
on,
a Girlfriend may have failed, but it gave reason for Shunji family children to rise up. So you know what? I still got my head
Yo.
out of this. I'm fucking chilling, no matter how the fuck you guys look at it.
This guy, the cult.
Alright, see ya.
I love it.
We
Alright, see ya.
we take our W
Be better
swords.
romance.